Hello everyone, welcome to Laurence Plays, and since it's a Wednesday, we're going to play some more Foundry if I can get them back in the game. Yes, there we go. Right, and so what's been going on recently? Last week I built up this nice long mall system over here. So we've got the first aisle that's making everything that's made from the what I'm going to carry on calling copper. They think it calls it technum, and xenoferrite plates, or iron in other words. And then on the other side, and then between the two, we're making the two sort of intermediates that are made from those two things. And then on the other side, we've got steel going in along this belt here. And so these machines are making the things that require steel, but not iron or copper. And fortunately, there doesn't seem to be anything that takes in one of these two and steel without having to turned into one of the intermediate things first. Hello, Regular. Hello, Sophia. Welcome. Thank you for joining. What else did I do last? Oh yes, also last week I went off into the far distance off that sort of general direction, and I dug down to find another patch of the cold analogue and set up a power station over on the other side of the world, which is then bringing in power along these cables here that you can see, and then feeding them into my factory over here. So we've got plenty of power available now, and we don't really need to use the coal burning generators over there, the low voltage generators. We're using the high voltage turbines instead because they're more efficient. They seem to be I don't know. I think they work better anyway. So we'll keep going with those. Right. Ooh, 105 stream streak regular. Well done. That is lots. I'm honestly very, very impressed. I'm not sure I've been in that many of my streams. No, maybe I have. Okay. Hello, Peter. Welcome. So today, I think, well, I'm probably going to do a bit of messing around with the galactic buy and sell emetron over there at some point. But for the first thing I want to do is go and investigate lava caves. So this was a thing that got unlocked towards the end of the last stream, and apparently I can build a couple of elevators. Let's have a look in the construction menu, see if I can find them in here. This looks promising. That's a lava smelter, so I want them when I get down there, but not just yet. Assembler, drone miner, that's all power stuff. Okay, what are you? Your pipe intake. So this is all logistics stuff. So pipes and belts. This is all. Oh, is that the right one? Yes, I think that's the correct one. So I'm going to need to make one of these elevators and put that on the porous rock, and it will dig its own way down to find. Oh dear, I don't have any hats. Oh, yes, I do. There's a hat within reach. Something went clonk when I did that. I'm slightly scared. Hat. Right, which you can't see because I adjusted the webcam earlier because I realised it was in the wrong place when I was in the meeting, but there we go. That'll probably do. Hooray! What was I saying? Hello, Metbar as well. Okay, so yes, we've got the elevator here, and there's supposed to be a freight elevator available as well. Maybe that appears maybe that's behind another unlock or something like that. I'm not sure. But then we've also got components. These are bits and pieces that will go into stuff. Decor for making the place look pretty. Handheld things like toilet plungers, useful stuff like that. Metallurgy, robot, yeah, none of this stuff is relevant. Although at some point I should start making science too, but that's going to require me to have a good supply of thermalite and also get some concrete from somewhere. So that's another thing I'll be looking at probably today. So where was I? Yes, elevators. Okay, so there we go. There is one that actually takes both xenoferrite step plates and steel beams. So I can't make those with my current system. However, I mean, I can hand feed them because I feel like I'm not going to need an enormous number of elevators. Cheap. So let's put another one of these things in over here, like boop, like that. I could just handcraft it, but to be honest, this requires so much stuff to be fed into it. I feel like I might as well have a machine do it for me. There it is, elevators. Yeah, so then I need to put in one of these, one of the little ones, which is this guy, and then over here. Can I jump on something and actually stand there? There we go. Right, you need to spin around, put you in there, and then put one of the long guys in there, and we should find. Go away. We should find now that fills up with nearly everything we need. We're not getting any. Oh wait, that's not electronic components. That's something else. Okay, that's different. So that isn't no components. That isn't electronic components. That is advanced machinery parts, which are machinery parts and steel beams. Okay. I was going to say, well, I guess I know what's going to be going down this pipe then. I don't know why I put this in here. That's irrelevant. Get rid of that. And let's get rid of this pipe belt as well. Like that. And then... Okay. So what's it saying? Right, so that's going to need electronic components, which is machinery parts and steel beams. So I have machinery parts coming from here, and I have steel beams here. So let's make some of them here. And so I can then put it... So actually, I will put that back in there and have a... And we'll have an output here. What's blooping at me? Cargo bay repairs done. Excellent. So now there's a bit more space in my space station. Making it a bit more stationary? I don't know. So you're going to need an input of this stuff and an input of this stuff. Like that. Are you programmed? You're not programmed. I want you to make the advanced machine... I want you to make the advanced machinery parts like that. I'm double clicking because that's what you have to do in Factorio, and I'm bad at habit. I'm a creature of habit. And I'll put one of those there because then I can put this belt under here, like that, and then I can have the other belt going the other way as well for any other machines that require these advanced machinery parts. They're all you're going to be an output as well. There we go. So now there we go. That's now everything except the iron that's needed. So do I have some pocket iron? Yes, I've got 153 pocket iron, so we'll chuck that in as well. So that now just needs to top up with the with the advanced machinery parts. You're a very noisy sheep. And then I can then it will make me an elevator, and then I can go over and slap it in somewhere and turn and go down, delve into the depths of the underground. You like pipes, do you? Is that a tasty pipe? Very good. So where am I going to go underground? There are a number of these patches, the lava cave shafts, and these are places where the world is weak, and I can dig down without excess difficulty. And there's one just here, so we'll probably go with that one. There's one over there as well. So there's quite a few of these guys, and if I remember correctly, because I did a little bit of reading up. Shush you. I did a little bit of reading up on the help system between streams, so I've learned a few things, including lava caves. You get there by doing a drill. And it says somewhere, yes, there you go down to a height of between 2 and 15. So if I drop down to about 10 with this lift, then that should get me to about the right place. I will also need a freight elevator, as it says. Now, I don't seem to have that, so maybe that's a thing in here that I can find. So let's search for elevator. So we've got that, or freight elevator 1, yes. So let's research that, because then I can get that up and running as well, or at least have it more or less ready when I get to that point. Meanwhile, what else can I research? Quite a lot of stuff, actually. That's decoratives, freight elevators going, greenhouse. I don't know what to do with the greenhouse at this point. That's going to be something I might decide I want to sell, so let's research those. Incinerator sounds potentially useful. That's another thing I can sell, so we'll research that as well. Logistics containers. Don't really care too much about that. Furniture, snack bots. That sounds like another thing to sell, so we'll pick that one up as well. That's a fluid tank, not a fun tank. Let's just research all these little robot types, because they're things I'm going to be selling. A filter loader. I don't know how useful a filter loader is going to be, because loaders are pretty intelligent so far. But it's nice to know it's there in case I need it later. Construction. Oh, and then we're into things that require green science at this point. So I think a next thing to do is probably going to be making green science. Okay, so we'll leave them ticking away on the research. In the meantime, how are you doing? You've made one. Excellent. Gimme. Did that go the right way? I don't think it did. Yes, it did. Okay, so somewhere over here, there is going to be some. All right, just a little bit further. There is going to be a patch of this stuff. This is the weakened rock, or whatever it calls it. What does it call it? Porous rock. So we can dig down through this, or more usefully, I can open my backpack. And I discovered also from reading through the help stuff that if you right-click on things, if I can find the damn thing. There it is, the elevator. If I right click on it, then it selects it and I can place it like this. So put that there. Boink. And new. Okay. I think I need to connect it to the power system though. So let's try and remember how to do that. There we go, that guy. From there to... Is that too far? Too far. Fine. And there's a tree in the way, so we can run a pylon there, and then there, like that. It seems to have gone through the roof of the elevator, but never mind. Okay, and also I've researched another space station improvement, which is also good. New, what do you do? Okay, it just says it is new, so I need to config it. That's fair enough. Floor name. So we're going to call this guy Surface. I wonder what happens if I try and go above 132 with it. But let's add another station, and we'll call it level 10 because that's roughly what because roughly where it'll be. And we'll put in 10 here, and we'll say tick. Terrain blocks are blocking the way. Oh. I thought I put this in such a position that it would be okay, that I'd be able to get down. Maybe I need a slightly bigger patch of porous ground. This is a slightly bigger patch of porous ground. Let's try putting it over here instead then, since it apparently is going to have a fussy. So we'll. God, it takes a while to mine. There we go. Grab that, and from the backpack we'll try it again then with this guy. So got a green highlight. I need to. Let's try putting it about there. I think that's about as inside the porous area as I can get. Add station. 10. 10. Right, it works. Surface. Yeah, okay. Tick. There we go. Right, this has actually worked this time. That. Ah, I assume that noise, yes, it's digging. Look at that. That's kind of cool and also kind of weird. But it is making itself a hole. Good. And that's basically what we want. We wanted to dig a hole down, so I can then elevate. And you know what? I should have put this at 90 degrees the way I've laid it, but never mind. It's probably too late now. Well, I say too late. I'm not sure I can be bothered now. Can you reach? No. Let's pull that pylon back up again because I didn't put it at full distance, and instead we'll go from there as far this way as we can. I said we'll go from there as far this way as it will let me, which is about there anyway. Fine, and then hop to here, and then boop, connect to that. So I think it seems the elevator itself doesn't actually require the power connection, but I suspect I may well want power down at the bottom end, so I'll be able to pass it down through the elevator down the shaft. How are you getting on? It stopped making noises, so maybe. Bigger pylons does sound like a nice idea. I didn't see them in the researchometron, but let's have a look. Yeah, okay, there are larger ones available, but they're hidden behind green science, so I'm going to need to unlock that one first. But yeah, so that's another reason to go for green science, I suppose. Oh, I see. It's still digging. It's got to 18. It's got to level 80. So it's about halfway. Okay. Well, we'll come back in a moment. In the meantime, let's go and have a quick look at the space station. He's alerting you want something, but I think you want something I don't want to deal with right now. Okay, so we're doing some efficiency things over here. We've got a station. Bing. Freight elevator unlocked. Excellent. We'll have to make one of those at some point. So I could do more solar panel upgrades. I don't think I need more energy at the moment. We've got 20 megawatts, and I don't know how many megawatts we're using. I think I did improve my spaceships though, so I might be able to come in here and buy. Oh, I thought I'd upgrade the docking facilities. Maybe that's in the queue. Docking facilities. We've got T2 support. What are you talking about? Buy ship. Oh, small cargo ship tier. There it is. Small tier 2. So I can buy these now, and they have twice the capacity. So that's going to be a good thing to have. So let's buy one of them. And tell this. Well, let's have this one go for planetary shipping. Let's bring more stuff up. Let's bring the stuff up from the ground a bit more quickly. And then. Oh, I don't know how many of these I can get. Let's buy another. Not enough. Oh, I've run out of money. Ugh. Okay, but in that case, let's convert one of these to doing a market trade route. And that's the buying. I've forgotten how to make this work. And that's a one-time trade. That's reoccurring trade for buying construction material, making sure we always have enough. So that's not what I want to do. Is it the galaxy map I do this from then? So if I go to Orolox, and then I can configure the route and ship management and add a ship, that one, and then maybe we'll be able to sell a bit more stuff. I don't know. They have a demand of 144. Oh no, I don't know if this. Sorry, 288 of the light transport bots at the moment. Oh, and I'm already completing that. Never mind. So I don't actually need a second ship doing that. I might as well have that one doing, I don't know what, to be honest. I'll just have it sitting there like a lemon. Oh, actually, I could have it bringing them up from the ground because we weren't doing that quickly enough. So let's get back to the space station, back to the spaceships, and the one that's not doing anything. Let's go back to planetary shipping. So we'll have 3 ships taking stuff up because previously we weren't doing it fast enough. This thing is still full, you see. So, and there's a ship here filling up. Or alternatively, it's just sitting there. I don't really know. I think it must be filling up, but it's full. But the ship is the cargo bay, the landing pad is full as well. So maybe the space station's full. Oh yes, because we just did a we just did a cargo bay upgrade, didn't we? So we've now got a bigger. We've got more storage space available up here. So we've now got 7. No, that's that one. We've got 201 out of 400. So there's now room for more transport bots up here. So no, that doesn't make sense either. I don't know. Maybe I need more launch pads to be sending stuff for more ships because they can run in parallel. That's something I can add on later though. Maybe at least one more of these going pop out over this way, and possibly making more types of robots as well because we seem to have quite a lot of these guys. Oh, aha! The ship must have left and another one came down while I wasn't looking. Is that another small one? I have absolutely no idea at this point. We'll watch out and see if we spot a really, really big looking one at some point in the future. Anyway, I'm more interested in the stuff on this planet. The intergalactic stuff or interstellar stuff is fine, but in a way I think this is more interesting. So let us go to 10. Zoop, doors close. More doors close. Going down. Ooh, this is very exciting. Look at this completely barren, featureless rock that's going past the window. Where am I? Does it tell me? Oh, I've got the height up there in the top left. This lifts fairly quick, I guess. 30, 20, 10. Good. Right, well, I guess that's fair enough. It's just dug a shaft down, so I suppose my next thing is to make a hole and go and have a look. So from the description in the help system, I believe, yes, there we go, we can now pop out into a cave system. Hurrah! Let's dig out a bit more of this this area as well. Get me a bit more visual and slightly more open exits to my elevator. Hello, persistent. Well, I actually know it. Last week I found wet because there was that large lake that I started using. This time I found a lake of lava, which I guess is probably pretty dry. So yes, I guess I have found dryness. Oh, and that's a tougher rock. Okay, we won't be mining that up then. That's also the tougher rock. I am clearly right on the edge of the porous diggable area, so we'll do this. We'll go out this way instead. And I now have sparkly stalactites. Lovely. So if I just drop down, well, I was going to say if I just drop down there, I'm not going to get back out. That's not true. I would find a way to get myself back out again. But nevertheless let's make a staircase going down from here. Whoop. So much for that. So I'm going to need a block going across there. Yeah, all right. Let's fill it in solid, little. I've no idea if my robot is lava proof or not. Let's not find out the hard way. Let's just build a nice happy staircase for getting out of there. There we go, or rather for getting back in like this. I might actually still have some stairs in my inventory. Yeah, I do. So we'll put these guys in as well. Like this and this. You know, pretend to be a little bit aesthetic. Now, I was told that if I come down, the reason for coming down here is so that I can shenanigan with the thermalite and stuff. Oh, that's an indestructible rock. Okay, so that I can start messing with the lava-based foundry systems and play around with and start smelting thermalite. Now, I'm not sure how to go about doing that, but I found some lava, so I feel like it's a good step in the right direction. And yeah, okay, it appears I am in fact lava proof. That's good to know. Probably not the best way to find out, but never mind. Also, let's not go too far, because if I get lost down here, I will feel very, very silly. For future reference, the way out is at about minus 30, minus 110, or at least from minus 30, minus 110. I will be able to see the staircase up to the way out, which is almost as good as finding the way out itself. Fill that in as well, just because I didn't mean to put that there. Thank you. Yes, that's probably quite useful for persistent. If I get horribly lost, I shall try and remember to scroll back up in chat, or alternatively, if I don't manage that, asking somebody else to. Right. Okay. So I've come down here and I've gone. Ooh, isn't it lava-y? Wouldn't it be lava-y? Now what? Yeah, I guess it's go back up and work out what to do with the lava. So fine. Let's go back to the surface. Click. I do still want to try and set a config frame to go up to 200 and see what happens. We'll try that in a minute. So, we have lava caves. We've been there. Yep, gone there. We've done that, and that's how I got there. Fine. Did that bit, kind of. Take the power down to the caves, yes. Freight elevators, yes. For more details about the elevators, check out the respective info pages. Okay, fine. Character elevator, that's one I just used. Okay, fine, done all of that. There's no freight elevator mentioned. Okay, well, there is still that. So I think this means I want to put a freight elevator in here, because then if it's right next to this one, then I know exactly where it is, and I can line things up and run belts into them. Oh, is there a lava smelter in the hints? Smelters. Normal smelters, yeah. No, nothing under for lava. There's lava caves up here. Doesn't seem to be a lava. No, it doesn't seem to be a lava lava smelter in here. However, I am very aware that I can craft a lava smelter. That showed up in the list a little while ago. So steel. I need to get some thermalite for that though, and I think I need to drop that down from space. But I have to admit, I'm not certain. I have 13,000 of it though, so that shouldn't be too hard. So let's see if I can go and talk to the spaceport thing over here. Now maybe I need another one of these spaceports to bring the thermalite down. Ooh, it starts to empty. It's actually emptied it a bit. So I am now, maybe because we had one of the large ships come in, or we just had enough of them coming in rapidly enough to sort of to deplete the supply that's flowing in along here. We've managed to take away some of what was in the storage here. So that's kind of good. But right, let's come over here and see about shipping stuff downstream. I'm being charged for external storage of thermalite. Great. Let's see if I can upgrade that then. Thermalite vault, can upgrade that. Let's do that because I don't want to. I'd rather pay for. I'd rather pay 5,000 thermalite into construction material to have more space to store my thermalite than pay someone else to store my thermalite for me, apparently. So, storage. Resources. Thermalite. That isn't quite what I want. I don't want a minimum. I don't want a minimum on the station. If anything, I want a minimum on the ground. Assuming that I can only spend what's in the station. Let's see if can I instead do a spaceships. Oh, there's a single shot of thing. There's this, but this is selling it. This is I can do a new trade and sell. Well, I can't sell thermalite. Fair enough, because I suppose it'd be a 1-to-1. No, I don't want it from there. It's not the sales platform that's relevant. I've got ships doing planetary shipping, but I'd need to set up an order in order to ship those down. Yeah, alright, maybe I should ask. I suppose I could say keep 13,000. 13,000 on station. But I don't really see any sort of dropping stuff down to the ground going on. Let's see if the little robot guy has any bright ideas about it. You boy. Lava cave. Okay, so we've got the lava caves. Oh, we need to build 2 lava smelters and then produce 50
the lava caves to smelt our fulminite? That
right.
Sounds dangerous.
Yeah. But I need to get some fulminite to smelt the fulminite.
Indeed, it is the only way to smelt such a sturdy material. Fulminite sheets could be used to make more advanced robots and unlock new technologies.
But how?
However, this is not an easy task. We need to unlock multiple new technologies like elevators to reach for the depths.
Fine. Tick. Done that.
To get started, research basic fulminite smelting.
Okay, done that.
Research will unlock an information database page about lava caves with all the information needed.
Done that. So I've done all of that stuff. I just need to build the 2 lava smelters, and building a lava smelter requires fulminite bars, which means I need to bring them down from space. Is there a configurator on one of these guys that I could perhaps do for that? Not that. No, I don't think so. I feel like I'm probably being really dense, and it's something really, really obvious just to drop it down. But I don't know what I'm missing. Bloop. You think I need another platform for shipping it down? You might be right. It could be that this one is just for the... that ship looks exactly the same size as all the other ones. It could be I need another one of these for shipping the fulminite down. Yeah, because there are outputs on here, so that would make sense. Okay, let's build another one of these guys, which is going to mean I'm going to need to clean out these rocks and trees to create the space for the foundations for it. And it makes sense to have that you have one landing pad for each resource that you're playing with. I don't need to clear this tree out, actually. It's not in the way. It is now. It's fallen over, though. I think one might be in the way. Okay, how big are you? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10. I've run out. And this tree's going to be in the way as well. Right, let's go get some more foundation. Hey, check it out. I remember to hit mute. Assembler insert alongside a belt, mining drill, smelter, burner generator, light poles, foundation. Gimme. Thank you, regular. Alright, so you then go from there to about there. Boink. And then I need another one of these things. Okay, I don't have enough shipping pads. Fine. How do I build a shipping pad? I can smell cake cooking. Oh, I say cake. It's actually banana bread, but even so, I can still smell it and it still smells delicious. It's not going to be in robots. No, it's not. Metal Legend 10,000 tech. It must be in structures. This is all the power stuff. Drone mine assemblers. Storage boxes. Was it you? Oh, it's the you. There you go. Right. Okay. Oh, and I need an emergency beacon as well. I think I'm probably just going to handcraft this one. So there's lots and lots of basically lots of everything. Right. So I'm going to that. Do I need both of those? I don't remember. So a load of that, and then I need a load. I don't actually remember if I need those or not. Let's take this. Oh, my inventory's full. Ah. Yeah, so I can destroy some sand. I don't think I need all this much sand or this much stone. Or this much biomass, for that matter. Or forest seed plants, plant seeds, plant seeds, whatever. I do have a lot of loaders. I'm not going to bin them because they're useful. Just destroy random organic stuff they gather from the world. There we go. A load of science packs. Why have I got science packs? Let's at least get rid of the science packs because I shouldn't have them in my inventory. Dump them in there and in there and in there and in there. Right. Okay, that's my. That should now be, yeah, the decent amount of space in my pockets is now. Whew, it's getting warm in here thanks to my computer running the graphics card nice and hard. Cable, electronic components, I'll take some of them. Okay, so now I wanted to craft one of these guys, and that's enough. Good. You're in the way. Boop. Oh, that was quick. I can now put down another one of these. Here, please. Placing large buildings is fiddly, because I'm having to point at the middle of where I want the building to go. There we go. Right, okay, so we've got another spaceport thing going on here. So, do you need any, you can be configured. Ah, here we go, transport wares from the space station to the factory, so you're spot on. And this is where the thermalite is going to come in. So we can do that. Minimum amount of transport, sure, why not? Confirm that. And I guess we'll just end up with a supply thing full of thermalite. It'll dump as much as it can. And, okay, we'll get... Oh, and I set the minimum amount to keep on the station to 13,000. I should probably change that and just accept that we'll just fill this thing up. I don't know how much it's going to store, but it's probably not going to be that much. The baking might be heating the house up, yes, but I suspect it's probably more is the graphics card heating this particular room. So let's go back into storage and this thermalite bar, and let's untick that. So we don't care about having 13,000. We don't actually care about keeping a load up here. We do care about making the foundry things, though. So let's put in another one of the lava foundries. So let's put one of these guys in. Hope this is in the right place. I would like to make one of these, which is steel, thermalite, advanced machinery parts, and electronic components. Right, so we can get nearly all of that. The only thing is, we can't get the... if I run a thermalite belt along here, we can't get that in. So... yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem. I think I might need to go off and do some research into triple length inserters, ultra long inserters, for want of a better word. However, we do still want this belt to be going out here like that, and we want to feed that in, and we wanted steel as well, and we wanted electric components, which are the longer one of these two. So we need to put this in here. That should be all of the things except for the thermalite. Which is to say, I would like to run along on a belt along here, but there's a bit of a problem with that in that I can't make long enough inserters at this point. So instead, I'll come back over to here and I'll take it out by hand. Good, we've got some. Manage inventory. Let's just take half of that. Because I feel like it's expensive stuff. Now, it's not expensive because we're making 13,000 a day. And I've just taken 100, so that's 130th of it. It's less than 1% of a day's takings, so it's not actually expensive. But still, it feels expensive. But that's going to allow me to make 10 of the lava smelter jobbies, and then yeah, we're going to need the freight elevator as well. So let's oh, I've run out of assemblers. I'm going to need some more assemblers. Let's go and get those, and then I can start making the freight elevators. Belt, long insert. Assemblers. Gimme. So I can come back round here try that again. Put you in here. Now, ideally, I'd have put these two the other way round, because then I'd have had the elevators together, but never mind. I also need to signpost these things, so we'll do that in a moment. But first, you are to make me a freight elevator, which is that one. Xenoferrite steel... Oh, it's xenoferrite again. Or at least this one does. Yeah, like that one did as well. So I can't do xenoferrite and steel with my current set layout, which is quite annoying. It just means I need to hand feed them xenoferrite. But, I mean, that is a thing, totally a thing I can do. It's just annoying that I have to. So have those two. And then I guess I don't have any in my pockets at the moment. There's a hole in the ground here. Why is there a hole in the ground? Let's go and steal some iron from over here. Guess which game's keyboard shortcut I pressed then to try and pick stuff up off the belt. Yes. It's the other game I've been playing recently. The baking's powered by the graphics card. That would be very efficient. Should work on a system that can do that. And then the more gaming I do, the more delicious food I get. I like this plan. While we're waiting for that to no, not you. Go away. Let's put in some signposts. So that's a pipe intake. Fine. I'm going to slap these all the way along here like that, and then I can program them while I wait. Or I say while I wait. I think it's already finished building it, but you know what? I've started, so I'll finish. What we've got here, we have a freight elevator and a lava fountain. Is it a lava smelter or a lava foundry? I've forgotten what it's called. Lava smelter. Lavally. I think I've already made that. I hesitate even to call it a pun, just sort of flippant comment. What are you? I don't care about that. You're an intermediate. You are... I can't even see. Oh, you are an elevator. Excellent. Passenger elevator. Boop. And the rest is done. What we finished? We finished extending the space station vault. Lovely. So I can take that now. Yoink. And I can come over here and I can put it next to my other elevator. So you know you're an assembler. Freight elevator, Metron. That's a transformer. Freight elevator. Lovely. Oh, you're a lot smaller. You can go there. Shoop, shoop. Oh, it can go to the sky. How do I? I think I might have put it with its control panel against this other one. Let's try pulling that up again. And putting it down again, pointing in a different direction. I have lost the freight elevator. There it is. Unless it just doesn't have any controls. Oh no, you need to put two of them in. One at the top, one at the bottom. So it's missing its top part. Oh, I see. Right, yeah. So I need to tell it that this is a freight elevator bottom. Like this. And say you are... Yeah, sorry, you ought to tell it that it's a top. There we go. Now when I put it here... Borp, and I put it wide rather than deep, which is silly because otherwise it would line up nicely with that one, but never mind. So it's missing its bottom part, fine. So I need to go down and put the other one in right next to it. So let's go and get another one. Oh, I'm probably going to need to feed it more iron for that. Let's get some more iron. Where is this mine? Here's some iron. I don't remember how much iron it needs. I feel like this is probably enough. Right, so we're going to chuck some iron in there, then we'll be able to make another elevator, freight elevator. I can't reach. Arms aren't long enough. Boop. There we go. Now it's working nicely. Bing. Right, so we take that. Then we go down there. Oh, I'll take the lava thingamies as well. Lava smellers. So I'll have a couple of them. 10 of them, in fact. And actually, I'm going to need to run a belt from here. So let's take a belt from... Where's an output? You're an output. Down. Nice. I am learning about this game. And I can do that. I can make it come out and drop down at some point. So okay, we'll bring it across here for the fermalite, whatever it's called. I've run out of belts. Well, it was a nice idea. Let's go and get some more belts, because I am definitely going to need those. So I want to do some automation down at the bottom. So belts come from belt 1. Gimme. O for construction bots and possibly logistics bots. Right, we're just going to continue this as a floating belt. Because I think I went back up again. Yes, I did. These are at the same height. So this can come to here. And then over to here. Put it in there. Oh, loader required. Of course it is. Of course there is, rather. F, that's what I want. Loader is number 6 on this. There we go. That one. Of course, this is now an unpowered loader because we don't have any power over here. Right. Okay. Well, what I'm going to need. Obviously, it's going to need power because otherwise the loader just won't. So I'll clear out a little bit of space here, like this, and then under here, like this. These drills that don't. Sorry, these elevators that don't require power are very confusing. Right, so clear that up a little bit, and then I can put foundation in across here like that. And then on the end of this foundation, I can put in one of the, I can put a substation, transformer, sorry. Put a transformer in there like that. And then I can link it up to that, the pylon. Oop. It's too far away, really? Fine, I'll put another pylon there and connect it up like that. There we go, you're happy now. So there we go. We've got an elevator top. We've got, yes, we're loading the fermalite, whatever, into the elevator. So now we can go back down to the bottom. We can put the other elevator in right next to this one, and we can pull the fermalite out. I suspect the elevators are going to be sort of, I'm not going to call them one-way things, but I think I'm going to need separate elevators for up and down. So I'm going to need to put in another elevator here to bring stuff back up again, and then I can feed that off into the factory to do whatever with, really. So let's go down to 10. Right, going down. Pretty sure it's on that side. I feel rather silly if it isn't. I turned myself around too many times as I was getting in and just looking around, enjoying the scenery. But yes, I'm pretty sure the control panel was on the back of the elevator. So I need to go around to that side and drill out a hole there and put in my other elevator. Come on, here we are. Ding! Lingerie. I suppose I might as well make this hole a bit bigger as well, because we're going to need to have at least one belt coming out of here. And I'm going to need to dig out the area to put the freight elevator into. Oh, that's handy. These blue bars that come down here, those are highlights showing me where the freight elevator that I put in up above comes to. So I only need to dig through here until I find, there we go, another blue bar. That's a nice piece of user interface design. I appreciate that. It's better than Satisfactory, where if you tried to put in really, really long elevator things, you couldn't tell where the top and bottom line were to line them up. So yeah, I appreciate that piece of user interface design. Very good. Well done, Foundry developers whose name I've forgotten. I appreciate that. That's actually really nice. Okay, and now I can put in the other end of the freight elevator. Right-click, Laurence. The other end of the freight elevator on the ground. Oh wait, no, it should be alright. Oh, it's still trying to be a top, so now it needs to be a bottom. Hello, Steph. Welcome. Thump. Right, and now I guess it'll drill its own hole out because that's how they work. Lovely. Yeah, as I was saying regularly, yes, I think that's a really nice feature. I very much appreciate the blue lines appearing to show me where to build. Okay, so that's that step done. The next step is going to be to put in the lava smelters. They're quite big guys. I guess we'll put in like 1, 2. Let's put in 2 for now and find out what they're like. I don't see the inputs now. I put them the wrong way around. Let's pick them back up again. and try that again with slightly less fail. So, right, lava smelter. There we go. Yes, I can see the inputs on it now. So I've put you there. And then another one there next to it. What is next to it? Yeah, that's next to it. Right, that's better. Now, you know what would be nice? It'd be nice to have some sort of platform along in front of that so I can go out there and stand on it. Now, I do have the walkways, or the catwalks, walkways, these things. But they're going to end up with fences down the side and things that are just generally getting in the way. So I think actually I will just use stone. And those are going to be loaders. Well, actually, that's going to need to be foundation. So actually, we're going to need to have a row of foundation along there. Like, whoop, come back. No, not by 5. Let's try that again. Let's try that from up here, where I can see in I can see in the other different dimensions. So I want that to go along there like that. Just one big, thank you. Boop. Lovely. If I dig out, that's a good question. I don't think I can dig out these blocks. These are too strong for my drill. So yeah, this is just straight up can't be mined. This stuff can't be mined until I get a better drill, but this stuff can't be mined at all. So I'm gonna say the answer is somewhat null. It's neither yes nor no because it's just indestructible. So I can now put in stone across here like this. Give me a bit of a walkway in front of these smelters, so I can just work on them without having to worry too much about falling off the edge. So there we go, and then I'm going to need to bring out a belt on a ramp from here. So these are going to be inputs and outputs. So I get no, that's fine because all of the inserters will go on here. I just need to get power into this somehow, but that's pretty straightforward. I'm also going to need to get in another elevator. So how wide is this? 1, 2, 3, 4 wide. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Hooray! I've leveled up. I've become more important to the company, or something like that at least. Right, so I'm just going to open this whole area up a little bit. Right, so yeah, if I put an output on here, that'll bring it down, and we can run it along here on a belt. I just need to get the belt from down here to up there. So let's minimise the difficulties here. Let's have the input belt like this, with the fulminite or whatever it's called going in along there, and then I'll put in these things. Now these are going to be down slopes like that, and again in the right place, like that and that, and then can I fit in another one before I start to have trouble? Yes. Am I going to be able to get up to here? Whoop. No, not in a straight line. Partly because this is way off to the side, and partly because just there isn't room. So instead, let's start from here. We'll have and these are going to be loaders these are going to be loader driven as well, aren't they? So I forgot about that. So I'm going to need to drill a hole. Going to need to drill a trench along here and put power in this. But that's actually quite good because I'm going to need power over here anyway. Power coming up, and I can bring it up along the side there. So that's fine, and no problem with that. So that'll be some more foundation, except I'm about to run out of the stuff. Great. So I'll just put in one piece for now, and then I'll put in a belt that goes from here, and then drill out that piece there, and that will mean I can then put in that, and that, And we're only actually a little bit further out than I was aiming for. So that can come down to the ground here. And head back in again there, and I'll delete all of this stuff. Now, I'm not planning ahead at all here, which is probably foolish, because I'm going to have another belt that comes back along here, like this, to at least here. And then that's going to need to go up to over there. So I think I'm just going to have to do this in a sort of a slightly more roundabout route. So if I do that and then bring the belt... Can I stand here? Yes, I can stand here. That's not a belt. Then bring the belt round like that. And then up. Like that. Oh dear. And then round like this. This is fiddly building because there's all kinds of everything in the way. And even though I know it isn't, even though I've discovered it isn't actually technically dangerous, I still don't really want to fall in the lava or off the side of the world like that. No, not that one. That one. Up slope. There we go. Right, and then you join on to... Am I even clicking in the right... I'm not clicking in the right place. I might need to come right to here. Yes, kind of, maybe. Yeah, there. So that goes there, and then that is at the correct height. So now I can just put in a normal flat boring belt from here across to here. Then when I put in my loaders there and there... And also I need more of this stuff. And I've run out, but still, you get the idea. And then I can put an additional elevator in here for going back up again. Right, so... oh, and you're an unloader. Boop. So with any luck, we should get the... No, we're not getting... But we're not getting thermalite out at the moment. I was honestly expecting... I was expecting thermalite to flow out when I did that. Oh, no power. That's why. Fair enough. Okay, so I need to go back up again. And I need to get, let's see, I need to get a load more flooring, foundation stuff. I need another 2 freight elevators for taking stuff back up again. I've got a new cable, but I've got that. I need a substation, but I think I've got those. Yeah, I've got 7 more of the transformers, so that's fine. Okay, not a huge amount I need. Oh, true, I could have moved the elevator bottom down to the right level. That makes far too much sense. That makes far too much sense for me to have actually thought of it. Yeah, I was sort of subconsciously thinking they had to be right next to the other elevator, which obviously they don't. Okay, yeah, let's go down and fix... We'll gone to the wrong place. Let's go down and fix that in the way that you are suggesting. So, freight elevator, there are 3 of them. 3 is more than 2, therefore that is enough. Good. I'm also going to need the foundations, which is going to be halfway up this thing, but never mind. No, foundations are going to be right up at the other end. Nope. I must just run past it. Smelter, burn generator, light poles. Foundation! Did just run past it. There we go. Grab that. You think the elevator will... Oh, that could be a use for the filter inserters. Filter loaders, rather. But that's behind green science. So unless I do green science, which I could do, I totally could do green science. I don't think green science requires a thermalite. Yes, it does. Oh, but it requires thermalite bars. So I could do green science. Yeah, I want to get this up and working now. I've thought of it, and I've just started playing with it. And I think that's everything I needed. Bonk. But yes, a very good point that I clearly should have thought of. So I'll put that there. And then any future endeavours like this, we can do that. Right, going down. Let's go in and rip out all of that, all that stuff I was building because it's at the wrong height. My jokes are always dreadful, regular. I don't know what you're talking about. Elevator music, anyone? I would produce some elevator music, but I can't think how it would go off the top of my head. Bing! Right, okay, let's pull up this. And 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 this. Because you're quite right. All of this could just be as easily be... Why am I doing the slow deconstruction? What is it? It's Shift F. So I want to deconstruct from there to about there to about there. It's not quite all of it, but to be honest, that's pretty close. And I would probably have destroyed something I didn't mean to if I'd gone any further. Right. Drilling. It's drilling time. So I need to drill. Basically, I need to drill out a hole from here. Actually, I don't actually need to go in here. I'm going to anyway. I'll just go in here. And I'll keep going back until I hit the other blue bars from the other drill. From the elevator, rather. So there's the first front corner. That's good. There's the back corner. Now I go this way. There's the first end of the first drill. Beginning of the second drill. Lift. End of the second lift. So now I go this way. The nice thing about everything being on 90 degrees made out of cubes is that I can't accidentally get lost while I'm drilling and go in the wrong direction, like you might if you're just wandering in the real world and sort of do the traditional thing of trying to navigate and not looking at your compass often enough and getting yourself turned round, which I believe happens very, very easily. So I've heard. Oh, of course, you know what I haven't done? I haven't put power into the freight elevators. The only one that's bringing power down is the personal elevator, so I'm going to need to put the power up at the top. But I'll carry on doing down here for the elevators. And I mean, I could go all the way back up again and then reconnect the power to the freight elevators as well. I believe that's a thing. But yeah, I'm down here. I'll get as much done as I can without going back up again. Spiraling my cut in nicely. I'm nearly there. Right, there we go. And there's a sort of a weird hole up there, but never mind. Right, wrong button. Go away. Right button this time. Freight elevator. There it is. Freight elevator. You go. Okay. Bottom. Boop. Boop. Lovely. And then this is where I need the trench coming along here. Like that. And then I fill this with these things. Boop, like that. Then I go, right, where do I want to bring the power through? And I guess I'll do that up on this level because I can bring these up in a stack. In fact, if I bring these up in a stack over here off to the side, it gives me full access to all of the input-output things on the elevators, which I don't think I need, but I'll bring them up over here anyway. Where is the hole? There's the hole. Ah! Give me that. That. I didn't dig another extra hole further down. They're not going to be linked. Need to dig one more down like that. Then I can put these in. All the way up to, yeah, here. And okay, I'm going to bring my pylon in from over there. So I'm probably going to have to clear out a bit more space. But for the moment, let's just dig out some of this. And I can put my substation in, my transformer in on top of here. That was a bit... I don't know how tall the transformer is. I guess we'll find out in a minute. I don't think it's that tall though, so I think it should fit in there. In on that. Can I have some stone to fill in this gap here? Because I don't actually need that. And in fact, I don't need this trench along the front here either, because that was for when I thought I was going to have some inserters coming out there. So I'll fill that in nicely like that. And then I can hopefully put in a transformer here. Yep, there we go. And can I get a cable from you to you? No. Can I get one of these? No. It's okay. So I am going to need to have a bit more headroom along here. That's kind of fair enough. I was sort of expecting it. So just dig this out. It looks a bit silly having it overhanging like this anyway. Right, is that better? Blocked by terrain. Okay, so no, we need even more height for the pylons. I can't dig that high. Oh, I'm going to have to put down boxes. I'm going to have to put down a row of dirt to stand on to be able to do. Oh, wall poles. That's a thought. I forgot that was a thing. Requires components I don't have, of course, but still, it would be a bit neater, wouldn't it? It would be a lot neater, but I don't have the stuff with me. But it would be a lot neater. Let's go up. Let's go back up and get the stuff to make some. Let's go back up. Click and get the stuff to make some wall poles. Yeah, that would be much nicer. True, I could edit the passenger station to go down further. I built that nice staircase now, though, and it's sort of I sort of like opening up and you see it having that nice view out over the lava caves. So maybe I'll leave that as it is. Ding. Right, so that seems to have worked. Probably. And I don't know how I can tell what's in here. Right, yes, iron and copper. So that's over here, and I want these ones. And from that, can I make some? Yes, there we go. There's some wall poles. Hopefully, this will be the last time I need to go back down there for a while. My inventory's full again. Is it all full of useful stuff? No, there's some biomass and stuff. Let's get rid of that. Got some dirt. Got a lot of stone. I'll keep one stack of stone because I am kind of using it for building things up. Now I do have a load of thermalite bars. I should probably chuck some of them into the machines manually, but I think I'll wait to do that until I've actually got them working properly automatically. I might just throw away one of these smelters as well because it feels excessive. Right, this side. Okay, let's try this again. So wall pull wound to. Yes, that. So put you there. Can I then run a cable from you to you? No, because there's a wall in the way. Great. So that's hit that. So that's good. But now from there to there is a difficult one. So I guess I could put another one of these guys. I could put it on the wall here. But then it'll be running across in front of the elevator. Right, I think I'll dig out another little. This is where this whole thing started. I can't reach the ceiling. Let's dig out a little bit more up here. Like this. And get rid of that. And then I can put one of these up here. And hopefully that's going to be. Yeah, there we go. So now, those machines should have power. Sorry, no they shouldn't. Oh, I need to. I didn't link these up. So we need an additional hole across here like that and that. But what I actually meant is that now down here we should have enough power for me to run that from there to. What are you doing? Oh, I can't drag backwards. I've forgotten how. Okay, well, we'll bring you from there to there, and then we'll bring you from there to there. That seems okay. And then... Wait, no it doesn't. That's all wrong. This shouldn't be an it. Try that again, but the correct way this time, please. Like that. And then we set you to be an output. There we go. There's my thermalite. And then, if I come along here, I can do 7 goes... Actually, it doesn't matter. Oh, wait, I put that in the wrong place. That needs to go in 1 square sooner, like this. So that I can put one of these here, and also here, and then one of these here, and here, and then you're an output, and you're an output. And then we have, ta-da, we have the thermalite plates going out and going into that elevator, which is always taking them up. Look, there are elevator pods heading upwards with the thermalite plates in. Nice. So can I put the thermalite I'm carrying into this thing? I don't think I can. I don't seem to be able to hand feed these, which is interesting. Unless there's a control panel down here. No, they don't seem to have control panels, unlike every other building. So that's interesting. There's not going to be any hand feeding going on here then. No, unless they're on the inside. Here they are. Found it. Okay, well you can have all of that. And you can have all of that. Is that all of my thermalite? No, it's like more than half of it, but not all of it. So these are interesting. These are buildings that are big enough to actually have their own walkways on them. Does that mean, you know, I think a little bit, let's have a little bit of health and safety on here. Let's see if I can, if I go in here and I select my walkways, these guys, can I run these along the back of these machines? Yeah, I can. So let's run that along there, and then there's a walkway there which will have an actual fence to stop me falling off like I just did. How did I get in there? Oh yeah, it must have been over the top like that. So there we go. The walkways have worked quite nicely for that. I'm kind of impressed. Let's see if do I have enough for this. I was going to put in some more. I don't know how many. No, I don't think I've got enough left. I think it'd be kind of cool to have it run from there to there, but I need quite a lot more. I need another 10. Can I build those? And by build I mean construct. No, I can only make 6. So I can bring it out to there. Well, that's a good start, and we'll finish it off another time when I have more resources, more resources, more ingredients. I can't get off at the end. Oh, I'll jump over it. Okay, so thermalite plates, lovely. That's that done. So I think down here is now finished. I strongly suspect that in the not very distant future, I will need to come down here and have more lava smelters just dotted around the place with belts joining them up. But for now, this is a functional system, and it's sort of another way to spend my money. We're bringing the money down here, and then we're squashing it flat and sending it back up again. So that's lovely. Oh, switch drag as well. I knew there was a way to switch the direction you were building a belt in. I couldn't remember what the button was though, and it wasn't showing in the tooltip, so I struggled. Okay, let's do a couple of decor things. Like that and that, and obvious things like that. And then I think the next thing to do is going to be to work on the green science, because I've been sort of procrastinating that one. And also it'd be nice to be able to feed the science pack, feed the things in there a little bit more easily. Okay. Oh, and apparently I can hand the mission in with BB-8. So let's go and talk to him. Poke. Lava caves. Beep boop. Oh, hello, Mark. Welcome.
Lava smelters are fully operational.
Yay.
We now have access to thermalite sheets, which will be needed for more advanced robot types and other new technologies.
Sounds good. And we also need to do all you might, but I don't think I've researched this yet.
Right. This moon has been chosen because it's not only rich in minerals, but it's also full of a liquid resource called oleumite. This sticky liquid
Also known
can
as
be
oil,
refined
I
into the
suspect.
various chemical products we're going to need.
Sounds like it, doesn't
We
it?
should find some and drill it up.
Beedly weedly weedly boobly. Right. Yeah, don't care about any of that. Go away. So yeah, all you might we will brought quite a lot of that down, haven't we? Oh, we've unlocked windows already. Jolly good. Okay, so cheap. So obviously I'm going to do green science over here, and that's going to require stuff to happen. Right, let's have a look at this recipe. So this is going to need concrete and things, I think. So we're going, yeah, that's advanced machinery parts, which we've made those in small quantities, and concrete and thermalite. So we can bring the thermalite. That's the bar thermalite, not the thermalite plates. So we can just bring that straight. We can bring the thermalite straight in from the spaceport. The advanced machinery parts we kind of know about. That is machinery parts and steel beams. So I'm going to need to bring in steel and also iron to make the initial machinery parts. Do I want to go wide or long with this? I'm not quite sure. Probably going to be a bit of each. And then concrete. Concrete requires cement and gravel and water. Gravel requires mineral rocks, and cement requires mineral rocks and ore rubble. Rubble is the unrefined stuff, isn't it? So if we look in metallurgy, the ore is made out of the rubble. So this is the stuff that comes straight out of the ground. This is the ore rubble that comes straight out of the ground, but also mineral rocks. Now I'm assuming that mineral rocks are going to be another thing that needs to be mined up. So am I going? Let's do a scan and then have a look at the map and see if we can find any mineral rocks. Lava cave shaft, mineral rock. That's helpful. It's right in the middle of my science production area. There's another one over there, but that's quite a long way away. Let's go and investigate how close to the height 117 meters, and I'm at a height 134. So it is underground. So I could just build a tunnel to take it to so I can start mining this and then bring it out on a tunnel to over here. Because mineral rocks, all I need. Let's check the construction recipes again. So it is just mineral rocks that are getting just in their neat form. So that's pretty straightforward. So I can have, if I have a feed of mineral rocks coming out, but then am I going to need cement for other things or concrete for other things? Probably. But we'll wait and see, and we'll burn that bridge when we come to it. Or I could build a freight elevator. I mean that is true. But the point is, the mineral rock is there, so it's underneath it's underneath my science park area at the moment. So I don't want it to come up here, because when I inevitably need to expand my red science production, this is going to grow across this area and go further off that way. So if I go down there and if I set up a mining area underground and then take it some distance off to over there, and then a freight elevator is a good idea now I think about it. Yes, if I take a tunnel over this way and this way, and then have a freight elevator bring it up about here. And is it deep enough to be worth a freight elevator? How far down was it? It was I think that middle number is the vertical axis. So it's 118. So it's about 15 to 20 down. That's far enough that it's going to be mildly annoying to do it with a drill. To do it with ramps. So yeah, all right. Let's put in a freight elevator about here, and this can be my source of mineral rocks, at least for the time being. I've got one more of those as well, so I could actually drop that in. And I want you to be are you a top? I want you to be a top. There we go. And the freight elevator is a new toy. Yes, that is an excellent reason. So I've put you there, bip, like that. Then I can dig a... let's go and get another freight elevator before I go down, actually. Because if I have the freight elevator with me, then I can actually, place it when I get down there. Did I put enough magic money plastic in here? I don't need magic money plastic. I need iron. Have I got more iron? I picked up a load of it. Have some steel anyway, because I don't really want that clogging up my inventory. What are you? Oh, decor. Basic shapes. Fine. No, I appear to have used all of my iron up. I probably made it into machinery parts. Fine. It's caught. Where can I get iron from? There's some over here somewhere. Here it is. I didn't even look at how much I need, which is foolish. At some point, I shall have to think about how to supply more random stuff to a bus system, because this worked really well until the freight elevator down here. Oh no, there was one thing that required this is the one. The lava smelter required the money plastics. But other than that, everything's been pretty good for just supplying. For being supplied from no more on either one of these two lanes. Yeah. Yoink. But that one was problematic. And I don't really want to run a lane of iron down there. Because I don't think there's... I feel like most things don't need it. I may end up being completely wrong about that. But I sort of feel that way at the moment. Okay, so what did we say? We said the patch over there was at... 18, wasn't it? 118. 118, yes. But is that the centre of it? Is it the top or is it the bottom? I don't know. Let's look at one we already know about. So this Technum patch here, that is 133. So it's the top of it. So if I go down to about 100 that's quite big. If I go all the way down to 110, then that's probably a good place to put my other elevator. This is going to be quite a big dig. I think what I'll probably do is dig quite a big hole, especially as my drill goes through this stuff pretty quickly. And then build some stairs back up again afterwards. So I need to go all the way down to 110. Oh, and I need to feed power into the... I need to feed high voltage power into the elevator because it specifically needs high voltage. I'm being a little bit overly destructive with my drill, but I don't care. Yeah, so I'm going to need to feed high voltage power in and then have another transformer at the bottom because I don't think you can elevate low voltage power. I don't think the elevators support it. Maybe I shouldn't have dug quite such a big hole. This is going to take a while. And I keep knocking out bits I didn't mean to take. And also, I've rotated so many times, I'm now completely disorientated. Fortunately, I can use the pingometron, or, to be honest, the map and the compass, to be fair. I should be able to find things. I should be able to find the direction I need to go in without too much difficulty. What's the betting I get down to a depth where I can't actually dig through this stuff anymore before I get down to the 110 I wanted to get to? How will I get out? I will build a staircase to get out. Because yeah, I can't get in the freight elevator. Maybe I should have brought a passenger elevator actually. Maybe I should put in a passenger elevator for this as well. That would have probably been a better idea, and then it would have done the digging for me as well. So, oh well. Didn't think of that at the time. Due to, I don't know, thoughtlessness. So, yeah, alright. I'll go back and get a passenger elevator and put that in. So I'll nerd pole... Actually, I'm going to nerd pole my way out. I could just dig straight down. I don't need this big hole. But, you know what? I'm basically there now. So, whatever. Right, 110. Pingometron. Ping. Oh. This one seems to be the bottom of it that is at 118. So I didn't need to come down this far. That's unhelpful. You know what? There are enough things that I haven't done and don't have that I'm going to get back out of here and I'm going to start again. Oops. Can we not fall off the stack, please? There we go. There we go. You saw nothing. Look, see, there's absolutely nothing. I don't know why it's slightly darker there, but you saw nothing. All right, let's go and get a couple of passenger elevators. I'm probably going to need more iron for those, so let's grab some more of that on the way past. Like that. And over here, actually, I only need one passenger elevator. And I have one. Yoink. Have some more iron anyway, so you can make me another one for when I inevitably need another one. Right, so that's that. Power. Yes. So I'm going to need to bring power from there. All the way down through the factory. Could we... Oh. I can't put an electricity cable through a ladder. I guess that's fair. Where am I? Oh, I'm here. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, right. Yeah. I want to go over here. Like this. I'll chuck one of those in right there next to it. Okay, so we've got that. Then I can put in the passenger elevator, which is the blue one, that one. Put you in there. And yes, the doors are pointing this way this time, so I've got it a good way round. So I can put that there. And then say, I want you to go down to 118, don't I? Config frame, add station. I don't know. What's this stuff I'm going after? Mineral rock. At 118. Tick. Confirm. And the elevator is just round to the round to the left that way. Oh, it's digging it. Okay, fine. In that case, I shall take a moment to connect that to there. Straight through the roof again. You done yet? 23, 22, no, nearly there though. That's ready for me to put the other end in. Go. Going down in style this time. Lovely. Fortunately, we are working in a sort of a Minecraft-style world where sinkholes are not a serious concern. Oh, this is so much easier than digging away in the bottom of the other hole was. If I had liquid concrete, then I'd pour it into that hole and fill it all back up again, so just to make you happy. But I don't, so I won't. There we go. There's the other corner of the freight elevator. So pull all of this out. Boom, 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 boom. I appear to have made a hole, a couple of excess holes. Sorry about that. Let's You saw nothing. Right, and now I get the other freight elevator, which is that one. And you, this time, you are to be a bottom. Put you there. Shoop. There we kind of go. Right, and now we ping again, and we go, where are you? You're over there. So I guess I'm just going to dig a tunnel straight out this way. Actually, I'm going to need power as well, aren't I? So let's dig a little bit more hole out here. So I've got somewhere to put my... I keep calling them substations. The game calls them transformers, which is also fair. In fact, to make it a little bit more welcoming, so you don't step off the elevator and basically just have a massive wall in front of you, let's dig this out a little bit further. Yes, I do want my underground factory area to be nice and suitably welcoming to the guests, and not just feel like a massive pit in the ground, even if that's exactly what it is. Once you get slightly further away from it, away from the initial elevator landing point, then it can just be a massive great hole in the ground. That's fine. but we might as well start off nicely. There we go. Right. So now, and now I need to dig out a big hole in the floor as well, like this. And then some trench like this. Just need to put loaders in, and then we need to have a bit of this stuff like that and that and that. I don't need to do that much. And then and then I'm going to fill in some of the holes for the sake of, you know, tidiness and not falling in themness. It's nice and bright down here. I've probably still got my torch on. If I turn it off, no, it's still quite bright down. Oh, there's a lot of light coming out of the elevator. Fine, that's kind of okay, I guess. Right. So now I need to put in another one of the transformers. So you go in the corner there like that, and then we'll connect you to power. Like, can I just connect that straight? No, I can't. I do need to put in a thing on the wall first, one of these guys. Like that. Then hopefully from there I can go, no, not you. Hopefully from there I go that to there and to there. Right, so now, yes, we now have power for this whole area. So that means now we go off in this direction for a drilling session. Doop, doop, doop. Tum-ti-tum, tum-ti-tum. And it needs to be 3 high, because I need to have a piece of foundation to carry the power, and then I need to be able to walk on it. Actually, probably needs to be 4 high, because there's going to be a belt as well. But I'll dig the additional one later, because at the moment I suspect, yeah, I can't reach that. So once the foundation's in place, and I've got that extra bit of height to stand on, then I can dig another level of this channel out. And I need to stop and ping every so often to make sure I don't go too far. But I think I've got a little bit of distance to go first before I overshoot. Let's check. Ping. Oh no, I overshot a little bit. Right, so I'll go back here, hit it right in the middle. I probably got a little bit before I overshoot, he says, and then immediately overshoots. Isn't that always... Or immediately had overshot. Yeah. Never mind. I'm sure these tunnels will come in useful for future building purposes and hiding from... I don't know. There don't seem to be any enemies in this game. Hiding from those weird sheep things. Right. There we... Oh, no, that's... Oh, no, it's mineral rock. Cool. I found the mineral rocks. Excellent. So now we dig out a space here to put the mining drones in, and I think I had some mining drones. I hope I do. Otherwise, I'm going to be kind of annoyed. Also, I need a little bit more space here for the belt, and the so we've got 1, 2, 3. We need one more for the belt. So insert 2 for the mining drones, then the belt, then the inserter, then the belt. So, but I can dig out all of this for the time being. Make it as easy as possible for the drones to get going. And right, let's start actually building infrastructure then. So we want to fill this area with either that, and then along here, that goes out that way. And we'll continue that in a moment. In the meantime, yeah, I've got 10 of these guys left, that's fine. So 2 of you in, like that. And then I can run... Actually, technically, I didn't need to have a belt coming out. I didn't need to have power underneath the belt for that bit, but I've not wasted very much, so I'm not going to care. Goes to there. What happened then? Oh, I see. So yes, as I was saying, I don't fit in here, so I'm going to have to make that a little bit taller, but that's okay. I can do that. So that goes along to there. And before I put the next bit in and then get all bumpy head, let's go through and drill this out. Okay, it doesn't drill quite that quickly. This one, however, because I can't go in there until I've drilled, I should be able to just run along here with the drill running. And eventually I'll get to the end like this. And I can knock all this out as well. As I say, give the... Oh, that is just coming up mineral rocks. Okay. Why is that a block of mineral rock? It shouldn't be. The graphics have gone a bit funny there, but never mind. We'll let the graphics go a bit funny. Right, so they can drone away happily there, and then I can put in a couple of unloaders here and here, and tell them that they're actually supposed... Oh, they've all automatically set themselves to be unloaders. I'm going to need more height if I ever want to do anything else here. So actually, let's do even more drilling. Like this. I do want to be able to move around down here, because inevitably I'm probably going to find I need more minerals being dragged out than I'm doing at the moment. In which case I'll need to come in and put in some more of these drone miner things. But for now, this will be adequate, I think. Then along here I can put in some more belt going this way, all the way up to here, and then one of these guys. Like that. And boom. That will be a supply of mineral rock. That was actually reasonably easy. I'm quite happy with that. The drilling the tunnel out this way was... actually, I quite like that, because it feels like going in and building a mine like this feels much more miney than just doing surface level strip mining. But let's try this without the light on. Okay, there seems to be a bit of light coming off the belts, which is nice. And a bit of light coming off the mining drills and off the drones as well. That's quite pretty. But yeah, well, let's just leave them buzzing away down there in the dark. I'm sure they'll be fine. Okay, back to the surface, please. I should probably rename that to not be called new, but never mind. Up we go. One short ride later. We're on the surface, and it's dark up here as well. Ooh, that planet's pretty. But right, so we have this machine here now that is going to be able to output as much of the mineral rock as we want. So now the next thing is to go, what are we actually doing with all of this? So we're going to be making gravel, which means you crush it in a... Okay, I'm going to need crushers. I have crushers, or I'm making crushers on the bus. I might actually have them in my pockets, you never know. What are you? You're a biomass burner. I don't think I want those anymore. You're a burner generator. Those I don't really want those either. We've moved on to bigger and better things now. You're a crusher, and I have 2 of them. Okay, but you know, with that shows I believe I'm making those on the bus, so I can go and get some of those. So we need that to make the gravel, and then we need that and iron ore. So we need to bring some iron ore in, and then we need cement and gravel and water. Oh, water. Water comes from, I guess, from over here. So I'm just going to run a really long pipe all the way across half the world. Should have checked that. And the alternative is to run it from over here. I think just running it from over here is going to be easier. Okay, fine, I guess. And then iron ore is going to come from this patch, I suppose. I mean, I'm just use this patch is supplying all of my xenoferrite. There's another patch over here. So I guess what I need better mining force to get to this one. I don't even know what height it's at. That's interesting. Do I normally get told what height things are at before I can access them? Yes. Okay. So I don't know how deep that one is, but it's probably deeper. And yeah, that one's down at 116. So yeah, any of these, if I want to get access to them, then I can run a belt. I can run one of these underground tunnels. I can have it pop up here. So instead of in Factorio, you'd set up a train system that would drop off in the place where you've been creating your your metals originally, where you've been doing your mining, and then eventually you probably replace your smelters, and you'd have it coming in from somewhere else. But for now, that means I suppose I could have underground belts coming from this patch to over here, and then emerging and going into the existing smelting systems here, which will make things very, very easy to rework when I need to do that. And yes, actually, and I guess in the long run, I just had an idea. I could run the xenoferrite underground, get it to the elevator I just put in, and bring it up there. Oh, I'd need filter inserters then, though. So maybe we'll. I can't do that until I've got the filter inserters. Maybe we'll do that later as a tidy up. But also, I was thinking if I do have the iron ore being generated here, I could then have smelting on either side of the tunnel as it runs along here. And then to do the smelting underground, and then just have iron pop up out of the ground here to go into all of the things that require it. And in fact, in the longer term, I could have my production systems on the surface, and each one could have an elevator coming up to it that just has all of the resources in it being fed in underground from the belt system that I would implement to do so, and then feeding into the system. I like that idea. Maybe, especially if I get better mining drills in the future, maybe that sounds like a good way to do it. In the meantime, though, I need to get a supply of water over to here. I think what I'm going to do first, though, is I'm going to start building. I'm going to start building the things that I'm going to need in order to produce the cement, because then I'll know where to bring the water in. Otherwise, it'll probably get in the way and be annoying. So. First things first, let's have a trench that goes across here to bring electricity into the to this whole area, like so, like that and that, and then right. So we're going to be making. Let me check the recipe again. So we're going to gravel is made straight out of mineral rocks. Mineral rocks, cement is made out of mineral rocks and xenoferrite ore. And then we have cement and gravel and water. So we need these two. These two need the mineral rocks, and this needs both of them. And this also needs the xenoferrite. Okay. So, what have they done? That's done in a... They're both done in crushers. So I'm thinking there's a tree in the way. I'm thinking if I put a belt of... No, I'd need 3... Oh, no, I wouldn't. Right. If I put a belt coming up this way of the mineral rock, like that, and then I put a crusher on either side of it at the longer distance, then I can have the xenoferrite ore coming in over here. So actually, I probably want to move this belt a little bit to the that way. And then the machine's making the gravel on the other side. Feed both belts round and then up the other side into cement making machines. Yeah, this should work. So let's remove a chunk of this. And then have you go across a bit like this. And then out like this. I haven't even looked at the numbers yet, but that's okay. I'll then have another belt here coming out. And then I'll need a trench here to power the... the inserters, like that. How big are the crushers? Crushers, that guy. Yeah, they are 2x2. Okay, that's nice and small. So I'll then put in a. Try and fall in the hole. 1, 2, and then one more for the belt, and then I can go across here to feed the power in. Okay, so I need this trench, this trench here, for my crushers to make the. These will be the crushers that will make the cement. I may have oversized this build slightly, but never mind. I may not have oversized it, actually, thinking about it. This may be just be the right size. Then over here, I'll have... Do I want another belt here? There's no need to have another belt here, because this is only going to have one input, one output. This is just going to be crushing to gravel. So I could run the next setup here and have the belt come down the other side. And then have... Yeah, so if I run 1, 2, 3, 4. If I run another trench here for my second row of crushers, these will be the ones that are making the gravel. I can fit all the crushers I could possibly... Let's turn the lights back. Oh, that's really bright. I apologise to anyone else who was just blinded by that. I should turn the room light on, then I'd be actually... Then I wouldn't be quite so dazzled when I turn my my robot torch on. So the idea being here, yes, I'll have 2 rows of crushers going along here. In fact, let's put down the foundation so that I remember what's happening. So I want to build from there to there, boink, like that. I'm going to have another belt coming along. I've second thoughted myself again. So actually I'm going to remove this belt, and I'll show you why in a sec. I said I'm going to remove this belt, and I shall show you why in a second. Firstly because I didn't put that block in there. But because if I bring this one up here like that, then I can bring this one down here, round the back of here, up here, and then I can bring another belt along here. I'm not leaving any space, which is kind of dumb, but never mind. I can regret it later. Pull that out because I'm going to need to have power going underneath here, as usual. Right, so sorry, I've just been doing things and not talking about what I'm doing properly. So if I put in my crushers, if I put in my crushers, give me that. You'll see what I mean. So I've put one of you guys there and one there. Then they're just going to crush whatever goes into. No, they have to crush specific things. So you're going to make my cement. You're going to make my gravel. So we've got this belt is going to bring in the mineral rock. So that means if I put a short inserter here like that, and I put this isn't going to work. I forgot how much space the inserters take up. So what I was planning to do was then put a long inserter here like that, so they could both feed off that belt. But then there's nowhere for this, then because these are only 2x2s, there's nowhere for this one to output onto this belt. So that actually isn't going to work. That's kind of annoying. So I guess I'm one out for everything I was doing. I'm going to need to remove everything from here to... let's just remove it all and think about it. Start again. Oh, I took out the flooring as well. That's actually sort of a good thing. So I'm going to need to have power coming through here as well, because this is where my input inserters are going to be. So let's fill the hole in again. Right. So actually what I'm going to have to do is still put these guys in here like this, but they're also going to be fed by a... No, Laurence. No. Put this one in here and still have it fed like that. But this one's going to have to get both of its inputs from this side. Sorry, it's input and... No, it's going to have to input and output on this side. So I'll put in an output there, and then I'm going to have to bring in the iron ore on a belt here. So that's coming in like this, and then coming out like this. And that means I am going to have to do an elevated belt. So bring that to there, fine. Actually, I think if you just drag straight across, isn't it supposed to? Yes, it does that, which is lovely. And then I could bring this one up here, like that, and this one up here like that. This is slightly risky, actually, and I probably shouldn't do this, because this would mean if I put in another machine here that's taking the inputs from these belts, if this machine isn't faster than this one, then this machine will always be starved. So actually, let's do this properly. And have this belt come out this way to here. Oops, that's not right. Remove that, and then back up again here, and then this one can come along here like that to be my input of concrete. There we go. Cement. Okay, so that should work. Over here, I can have an output inserter here, and we've already got an output inserter over here. And I need an output inserter over here. I think I'm ready to turn this on. I will need more crushers along here. One of each isn't going to be enough. But it's pretty close, hopefully. Take that out. Right, so then I've got my 2 belts here. Those are the 2 solid inputs for my for my concrete production. How do you make? What do you make? Concrete, and that's made in a casting machine. I don't think I've started making casting machines yet, so I'm going to need to go and get some of those. But in the meantime, there's no point in digging a hole for the power for them. Let's go and get the casting machines, see how big they are, how nicely they fit in, and so on, and then decide exactly how we want to do them. So I don't. Hang on, did I use casting? No, these were It was smelters for making iron. So that's a thing I haven't done yet. So over here, what goes into a casting machine? Actually, is the question I should be asking. Casting machine is steel beams, advanced machinery parts, and electronic components. Okay, that's fine. So that goes in down here. Not a sign. One of these guys, put you there, and tell you to... Okay, I need to excavate more. Diggy diggy hole. It's very easy just sort of get into the habit of dropping machines in and not thinking about whether you actually what you need to put in underneath them. You just go, yep, I'll put in one more on the end of that row. That'll be absolutely fine. What could possibly go wrong? And then you realise that no, actually you need to do a little bit more than that. You need to actually have something underneath them to keep them working. So you end up then having to come back and dig a massive trench like this. But that's okay. That's what this seems to be what this game is about, to be honest. There's a lot of trench digging going on, especially right now. Okay, Metbar. Well, thanks for stopping by, and catch you another time. So, good night, and yeah, sleep well. I say sleep well as if I'm any sort of expert on the subject. Oh, I'm running out of foundation as well, so it's sort of convenient that I came back over here, because I'm going to need a lot more foundation, and that comes from here. I can grab that, and I can get sort of 200, 220 at a time. It's a good amount, but then when you realise you're then coming along and trying to fill in a hole this sort of size, and that's going to be most of it. That's almost half of the foundation I picked up. Still, never mind. I can now drop in a assembly machine there and program it. So I would like to build. I've forgotten a casting machine. That one. So, steel, advanced components, and electronic components. That's one of the easy ones. So we've got steel there, so we can put you in like that. We've got advanced components here, so we put that in like that. And then over here we want electronic components. Ah, that's problematic. Why do you have 2 inserters? Is there some sort of funny shenanigan going on under here? No, I think I just wanted you to... Oh, I see. Are my machines out of sync? Because these go into 2 separate machines, so I guess I'm going to have to pull that up, and then but then I can put it in there instead, and all is well. Then I can put this in here, so that actually does work. It does all fit. Everything should still work because yeah, that's the edge of that machine. So it's still got a long and a short inserter. Yeah, that's all right. Then over here, yes, I need to extend this belt a bit, like so. Yeah, the hat hasn't annoyed me yet, so it just ended up... Although it seems to be trying to escape. There we go. Yeah, so the... yes, you're getting very excellent crumb value there, Sophia. You're quite right. Alright, and there we go. All the bits and pieces are going into this machine, so we are making a castamatron. Let's take the castamatron. Okay. I suppose I should think about ratios here, shouldn't I? Ratios, right? What am I trying to do at the moment? Here we go. These things. Concrete takes 15 seconds to happen in a casting machine, and it takes in 2 cement and 4 gravel. So I need a cement every. That takes 12 seconds to run in a crusher 1. Okay, so I need basically 1-to-1 crushers and for cement and. How many? And I need 4 gravel. That produces 6 gravel, and it takes 12 seconds. So I need about 2 to 3, I suppose. I might just do 1-to-1 of everything out of sheer laziness, and have some spare cement, spare gravel, and go. That's fine. I don't care. But that is going to produce 4 concrete every 15 seconds, and this is going to use 12 concrete every 60 seconds. Oh, but I'm going to need to produce this faster than that. I need a rate calculator. I hate to admit it, but I need a rate calculator because I can't remember what speed I'm making. So let's take a load of those. So I've got several. Let's go and get some crushers from over here. Crushers. 10 of them apparently, which is handy because I got five of the other machines, the Mixie Stirromatrons. So that all adds up. Those are the right numbers. I don't. So yeah, I'll go and put 5 of them in, and then see how that goes. Whether that's enough. I still haven't got my thingy. I still haven't got my iron ore supply. Not even iron ore, iron rubble supply coming in. But never mind. Okay, so we're going to need to dig this out. So this is going to be where the belts go. Sorry, where the inserters go. Then I'm going to be putting in some I've forgotten what they're called again. It's not you because you're the steam turbine. It's you. You're a no. It's not. You're a boiler. What's the other big? There we go. Casting machine. That's 6 by 3. I think I'll go wide rather than long with these. So I'll put these in this way round. So we need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 1 for an output, I think. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's sort of convenient in a weird way. So I can put down all 5 of them, basically. Actually, they're big enough. Yeah, I could line my machine up properly here. Right, let's pull all that out, and then diggy trench. And at this point, the trench stops being quite so relevant because it emerges from the ground over there, and we come out the side of the hill over here. So we're actually going to be building on the surface anyway. But that's not my fault. So does that mean I have lots of doubts, Sophia? Because I'm doing lots of diggity. Right, that goes all the way over to there somewhere. We'll put down that much for now. That's fine. Now I can put down my castomatron. Actually, I'll probably find out when I put down the casting machine that I have to put it a certain way round because of its inputs and outputs. So we've got solid inputs along the side there. Where do you put the water in? Oh! The water goes in high up. Huh. I am still not 100% used to playing a 3D game, it turns out. Who'd have thought it? Where's my panel on this thing? Oh, it's there. That's annoying. If I put you there, can I get at your panel? Kind of. yes, I can. All right, that's all right then. I have this sneaking suspicion that concrete is going to be a thing I need in larger quantities than just that I need for things other than just research. I don't have any evidence for that yet. I've run out. I don't have any actual evidence for that yet, but I just have this sneaking suspicion that I'm going to need concrete for other things. I've run out of belts as well. Oh. Well, you know what? Actually, is it Shift Q? Or is it Control Q? Yes, Control Q. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Control Q copies a building and its settings. Like this. Or alternatively, I seem to have... What? Gravel. Control Q. Right. Okay. 2, 3, 4, 5. And then come back to this one. Delete it. And put it in the correct place. Like that. There we go. And then along here, yes, we need these. We need inserters there, and there, and also there, and there. And then we need out exerters, well, all the way along here, and the same sort of. Oh no, we need we need inserters and exerters. So flip you around there. No, stop it. This is the problem with 3D. Oh yeah, I see what you mean about it being very red at the moment. Okay, let's turn the real lights on. There we go. Maybe I look a little bit more normal now. I'll take the hat off as well because that's it tried to escape when I stood up. Okay, so what was I doing? Yes, inserters. In fact, can I copy? Yeah, if I copy that, is it going to automatically be an output one? Yes, it is. So let's do that. That makes things slightly easier. And then copy the tree. No, copy the. Yep, that there, and there. And then down the other side, no, we still want the output inserters, so I'll copy you again. I think there's one on the other side that I didn't reprogram. We'll go back and do that in a minute. We'll put these on the up. Okay, there and there. Yes, and all output ones. Excellent. That's what I wanted. And I think there's one over here that I didn't copy properly. So poke that like that, and there we go. That's now an output. And I'm suitably confident at this point, so I'm going to poke that button and let the mineral rocks start pouring out here. They're going to come down there, and then we should have a stream of gravel coming out of here, going up that one. We won't have the stream of cement coming out here yet, because we can't. We still need to get the iron ore over, and that, as we are all aware, comes from all the way down here, all the way over here. And this patch is not starting to struggle. It's doing a lot better than I expected. I think I'm going to put in some extra drilling rather than interfering with these ones. Now, granted, that's going very, very slowly, and obviously clearly isn't all needed. Ditto over here, that's going very slowly and is clearly not all needed. But I think for the sake of interest and sanity and various other things, I'm going to bring this down. I'm going to come in down here like this. I'm going to dig a bit further down. And probably get myself lost underground and not be able to get out, but never mind. That's how these things go. And I'm going to put in an extra iron miner over here, and start mining more iron ore out from over this side, and then take it away to be made into concrete. And I'm going to run an underground tunnel to get it over there, because I feel like running an underground tunnel is kind of cool. Having started doing that now, I've kind of got into it. And I like the idea of having subterranean tunnels and things, and just playing with the 3D-ness of the game. Because what have I just replaced there? That was a ramp. I would like to have a ramp in there, please, because they're actually useful. I'd quite like to get cables in here as well, but I'll do that another time. So let's diggy out a bit of this stuff. Oh, I think I found the bottom of the iron ore patch, which is oh no, there's a bit more down here as well. This does seem to be a good-sized iron patch. It's quite. I don't seem to be having too much trouble here. Ooh, been brought a piece of cake. Thank you very much. Still oh no, not stuck in the wall. What's going on? It's good. I shall enjoy that momentarily when I finish digging this hole. Right. Exactly. Let's use the Z-axis because it's there. Right. And let's fill in these holes because I've made a little bit of a mess. That's the wrong colour, but never mind. All right. Let's try this banana bread. That's tasty. I'm happy. Right. It is very, very soft and very, very delicious. Is that enough of a review? Are you hoping for a sort of snack zone level review? Because I might have gone too far with actually using multiple adjectives to describe it. Okay, I'm gonna dig this down 1 square further, I think. Like this. And then I'm going to fill this. I was going to say I'm going to fill this with foundation. I'm not going to fill this with foundation. I'm going to have to find my way back out of here because I didn't bring enough foundation with me. I need to make up for that problem. See what I did there? Or do I have the wrong audience for that sort of joke? Right, how do I get out? This way. Right, very good banana bread. Very happy. Foundation. This one. Nope, no, not this one. Am I using... Yeah, I don't know. Right. Take that. Yoink. Yoink again. There we go. Are you not able to have cake and other goodies while the kid's away, Sophia? Well, sorry, while the kid is there. And it seems mean to send him away and then start eating all of the cake. I know, I'd be very upset. Right, and then I can bring power down from there. Power by the cube. And I should put it across the bottom first, otherwise I'll find I can't get in there. There. There's you dropping sparks on me, guys. That's a bit mean. Right, so there we go. I can do that, and then I can put in... I always seem to put these things in pairs. I'll carry on doing so because no good... Oh, I didn't get more belts. Home. There we go. Belt 1. It's surprising how quickly you use up 200 belts, isn't it? I mean, it shouldn't be surprising. I have played Factorio and I know what that's like. Okay, so I can put in a belt going across here like that. And then an inserter there and there. And boom! Iron rubble. So, time to diggy another hole. This is almost surfacing at this point, which feels slightly cheeky, but never mind. The problem is going to be lining up the other end of this hole so it comes up in a useful place. I shall go back out and find out where on earth I'm trying to put this other hole. Where I want the hole to come out. So, it's over here somewhere. I would like to emerge here. Ah, too much rock. Too much. In fact, you know what? Let's just delete. Let's just get rid of all of this rocky desert dirt. Let's not. Let's get rid of all of this normal dirt because I have rocky desert dirt conveniently on my hotbar down there, and I'm going to do the same with the stone as well. I don't need multiple. In fact, let's get rid of some of this as well. I don't need this much. Fine, let's destroy it all, and I'm about to get a load more anyway. Right, so I'd like it to come up here. Which is where's my thingamatron? So it's 5635. So I need to come all the way across to 65, and then up to 50, and then up to 60. So 30 row 35, or yeah, 35. I'm just going to keep saying 35, and there's a small chance I might remember it. Yeah, I would like to find some better digging system because this is a little bit slow. And where am I? I'm at. And I've already messed up and dug a hole in the floor. Okay, I've got to 1, so I need to go another 34 squares before to get there. But yeah, having an even faster way of digging would be very nice. Something like the deconstruction thing that allows you to remove buildings in a cube or cuboid, wherever they are. Having something like that for digging would be fantastic. I think Minecraft has tools like that where you can take out an arbitrary. You can sort of select an arbitrary large area, probably within limits, of course, and it will just take out all the rock in that area for you. Actually, this is going pretty quickly. I'm at 23 already. This is better than the rock down and way deep underground. My drill goes through this stuff like a hot knife through butter. This is really, really easy. Have I been... Yep, that's going pretty well. I wasn't thinking of a world editor. I was thinking of an actual in-game tool. But yeah, so 35 is here. And I've slightly overshot, but never mind. That's just how it is. Okay, so I'm at height 127. I think now it is time to come in from the other end and attempt to join these two together. Rather than just keep digging from this end and hoping for the best, I'm going to go up. I'm going to go to the other end and try and dig through and do a sort of channel tunnel thing and make the two meet in the middle. Right. So what did I say? Height 127. So this is down to, yeah. I think this is right. Let's put in a ramp in here to make sure I'm doing things correctly. It's to be a down ramp. Let's go like that and like that. Yeah, this is correct. I'm not going to be able to walk up this hole, but that doesn't really matter. So down one. Oop, boom, boom, boom. Like, yeah, that like that basically. So middle, bottom, down again, middle, bottom, down again. And don't want to do 100. Okay, so down. I only need to go down one more. That's. So now I'm at 127. I can just dig straight, and these two should line up perfectly. And then we reach through the hole and shake hands and say "Jolly good show" and have a photo opportunity, something like that. This is where we go. How far do I dig before I assume that I've made a mistake and haven't managed to line these things up correctly? And if I'm off by one in any dimension, then I should find the offending hole anyway pretty quickly. But if I'm off sideways by more than one, or if I'm off vertically by more than 3, then all will be bad. Smash, 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 smash. Oh, there we go. Perfect. Right, so I'll come back up to this end. I'll finish laying this. Wait, that's wrong. Those should all be going the other way. Ah! Pfft. This is an up belt. Yes, let's try that again with less fail. I did in fact finish the cake, yes, it's all gone. I didn't have a huge piece of it, to be fair. And I think there's quite a bit more downstairs, so I shall enjoy that tomorrow. Right, an upslope, point it the other way. Goes there. And then come down here. Boop, boop, boop. What has happened there? What is going on? What is going on here? I've done something very wrong, but never mind, I can fix it. There and there. Is there still room to walk up here? No. No, not at all. But that's fine. I don't need to walk up there. I just need to get iron rubble up there. Go on, Barney. Up you go. Oh yeah, I should drink. That's a good idea. Yeah, it is fairly warm, I will admit. Alright, so that vanishes up there. I don't, because bumpy head time, but never mind. I'm just going to make sure it keeps moving after it gets to the top, and yes, it has, so I'm pretty confident I've got that belt going the right way. So now I can run back through. In theory, I can run back through here, but I apparently missed one of the chunks of thing. Let's fill this hole in, because why not? And run back along here. Iron rubble is making its way out, and I've got a convenient staircase to get me out of the hole. Right. let's make some more of that fencing stuff, because that's quite nice having just having around to keep me falling into places. And that's xenoferrite plate, which is available over here. Construct. Yes, like. Oh. That's probably more than enough. Let's cancel that. 25. 25 will do for now. Right, so over here, yes, we have... yeah, there we go. We have cement coming out, going over there to be made into concrete, but that's not going to happen because we don't have any water. But that's fine. That is expected. Also, we have a dangerous little hole in the floor here. I've made the wrong thing. I didn't mean to make walkways. Oh, no, I made the right thing. I thought I made walkways, not these things. So, one of them there, and there, and... I guess I don't put them across here. I then just put in straight ones along here. Health and safety is job 27. There we go. Nice and safe, so nobody can fall in and hurt themselves. Okay, so over here. Oh, I need to put the inserters in as well. That would help quite a lot, to be fair. So along here, how do I eyeball these buildings there? So they are buildings of size 3. So put you there, and get stuck on everything, and there, and there, and there. Plus? Oh, there's a plant in the way. Stop it. And yes, there. And similarly, right, we need the belts to be extended a little bit as well, to here and here. So did I get up to 5? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I did. Excellent. And then yes, I need long inserters, which is number hotbar 7. Come on, stand on things. Right, and we rotate them to point at the building like that, and I'll put them in next to these inserters because that's easy. 5. There we go. So that's feeding all of that stuff into... well, it would feed it into these machines if I'd actually programmed them properly, which I haven't. So let's come back to this machine at the end because it's easy to get at. Configure it. I want you to make concrete. You only make one thing, so it's fairly obvious what I'm going to want you to make. But, yeah. Okay, that's fine. If I do that, then I think I can copy. Yes. I can paste, 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 paste. And they're all now going to try and make concrete. They're not going to make concrete, but they're going to try, which is a good start. And well done for putting in the effort. Then we'll have a belt of concrete come out here. Now, as I said, I feel like I'm probably going to need concrete for other things. So I'm going to bring this out a bit further than some of the other ones. And do it in such a way that there's room to potentially split it off if I decide I need to use it for something else. So I'm going to bring it this way. And have a bit of space like that. Okay. And I've left a hole in the floor, so let's fill that in. And also we're going to need to bring power underneath here, so let's put that in now before I forget. Then I need pipes, and I have pipes somewhere. Do I have pipes anywhere? No. In my backpack I have no pipes. Bin off some junk because I don't want this stuff. It's not any particular use to me. A little bit of the dirt of some form of dirt is useful for filling in holes and nerd poling and stuff like that. But most of the time, I don't actually want to be carrying a load of that around. And stone, get rid of that. That. Okay, there we go. 16 pipes. So I want to actually turn you into a T-shaped pipe. I put you one there, one there. One there, one there, one there, and then go back to a normal straight pipe, like this. No, not up there. Snap to things, like a good game should. There we go. I'll have that one back, please. Right. I'm going to need a lot more pipe than that, though, because I've only got like 10 pipe left, if that. I think they're probably less than 10. I've got 3 pieces of pipe left, and I need to get to the water, which is on the other side of this desert, helpfully. So I think I'll continue at this height for quite a long way, because at some point in the future I may need to put more of these machines in order to make a lot more concrete for other things. But I'm going to, yes, I'll eventually bring it down to ground level just for... Well, actually, no, maybe I'll just leave it high up for the sake of being able to run underneath it. Am I building pipe on the bus? Let's go and find out. What do the pipes on the bus do? These are not... This is the bus. Assemblers, inserters, as long as it's built up, blah, 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 blah. Smelters, smelter, belt, mining drill, smelters, burners, light puts, crushers, pylons, pumps. Am I actually just straight up not making pipes? That is quite possible. It could be that I reckon that pipes were just things, pipe intake there. I think I've still got some of those. Power line, but pipe, here we go. Pipes are made out of steel, not out of iron, it turns out, so give me that. That's no way is that going to be enough. Do I at least have some some water intakes? Yes, I've got 19 of them left. Okay, cool. I don't even have any steel in my pockets anymore. You know what, let's take those, and we'll start building and planning, and then come back when we have a problem. So I happen to know from reading the box text that... Ooh, the shadow of a spaceship going. I happen to know from reading the box text that you don't actually need power for the offshore pumps, which is a massive relief. Straight pipe. So I can just do this. And then realise that there was a tree in the way, and I'll have to delete that. And then fill the gap like this. So we've just got a massive pipe floating in the air now. Great. So we'll join that up like that. So it's only slightly a bit. So it's only a massive cantilever. It's not completely disobeying the laws of physics. I was going to say I'll come back and put in some supports later, but I don't know what that would look. I'm not quite sure how I'd do that. I could put earth coming up to meet it, but I don't know if that would actually be a support. Or alternatively, I'll just rest it on this hill as we go past. That works too, I guess. And you can go. Yes, we'll just rest it on this hill. That's lovely. It doesn't rest on the hill, but we can pretend. I think I've run out of pipes. I have, in fact, run out of pipes. So that's about 100. It's got me to here. Let's use the map and work out how many more hundreds I'll need. Actually, it was 120, wasn't it? Because I've grabbed a little bit more. So I'm going to need another... I'm going to need more than another stack of them. So I guess I'll go back, get some more, and then... I don't know. Run on the pipe. I could have done that. Maybe next time. It's as I said it before with belts, but it's amazing how quickly you get through this stuff. Oh, it's only made 58 of them. I could put in another machine making pipes. I could put in another machine making pipes here. Let's do that, because I am somewhat impatient. And of course, I've not put in another machine making pipes before I ran off to go and do other things. You're what? Oh, I can't put in another machine building pipes here because there isn't room. Yeah. Can't do that. It needs another gap here to get this deal out. And because there's this, because I've got this kink along here with the mechanical components coming out a step, in order to allow me to put the copper cable here to then be taken in to be made into electronics components, and then coming back in again here. There isn't room in here to put in an additional machine. Now, wait a minute. These are pipes. Well, that's going to make quite a big difference. How many have I got now? 128. Of course, that means it's now going to be dumping any pipes it does make out onto the... That was steel. Onto the belt. I want to have at least 150 before I go. And I'm at 135. Still, realising they were going out onto the belt, which makes sense, because I had a feeling that machines down here would need pipe for something, but I didn't look on the belt, because I think it's with them being in boxes, they're not so obviously pipe. Yes, it's got a picture of a pipe on the top, but compared to this being really, really clearly steel girders, these being a box of pipe is not quite so obvious. That's 150. Let's go and see if that's enough. Speed! I wonder if there are more unlocks you can get for running faster. There's my pipe of ludicrousness. Now, maybe I should have run that as an underground pipe. For, you know, for sake of the landscape and prettiness and things. I'll run on the pipe on the way back, Sophia. And I'll probably fall off and then I'll be very embarrassed. No, don't build one. Build a million. Build into the tree. How is this even in the way? Don't be ridiculous. What is this? What is this clipping? What's the term? There's a gaming term for this. I've forgotten. For when things collide, collision boxes or something like that. Ooh, I can see the sea. Must be nearly there. Yeah, that is not colliding with the tree. Silly game. Ah! Fail. Pipe fail. Very nearly there. I'm not looking. I'm sort of. I was going to say deliberately not looking to see how much I've got left because it'll worry me. But that goes to about there. That's now out over the water, so I can go to a corner piece, and then I can fall in. Oh, it's a robot. It's okay. I'm a robot. I don't need to breathe. But I do need to be able to stand here so I can see that, and then yeah, rotate it like that. And then, no. T. No. H. Rotate it like that. Splash. Then I go in the water here. And I use one of these bunnies. That goes on the bottom there. Yeah, but we don't point it that way. We point it. That's a useful rotation. Let's try that way. There we go. We point it that way so that it'll feed into the pipe. And I think that's just magically worked. Yes. I was going to say, should I dig out this rock from under this stone from underneath it like that, so it's got a bit more. The water can flow into it a bit more freely. But I don't think I actually needed to. I can't get onto the pipe here. Sophia's going to be very upset with me. I just have this feeling as soon as I get on this pipe, I'm going to fall off it because partly because I'm clumsy, and partly because I don't know if the pipes are actually designed for running on. There we go. Oh no, I'm on it. I'm on it. Yeah, so I think it would tell me. Well, there is a thing where if you have a pipe longer than a certain, or if you have a fluid network of greater than a certain complexity, then you need to put pumps every so often, and I assume pumps require power. I didn't hit that with the other one. I'm going to find out if I've hit it with this one. Trump, 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 trump. Yes, I could have maybe I should have climbed into the pipe and just swum along inside it. That would have been cool. Right, these machines don't, as far as I can tell, appear to be working. Why not? No water. Oh, I brought it in on the wrong side. This side is an output. You know, what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove all of these. And I'm going to put them back in again, facing in the opposite direction, because that's really stupid. Turbine. Casting machine. Yes, you. So that means I need to put the panel on that side. And put them there, and there, and there, and there, and fall off. So I'll put the next one there. And then boop, boop, and no, not that one. V, copy, and paste, 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 paste. Right. Are you now happy bunnies? Yes, you are running. Also, I suspect I've picked up a load of... Yes, I thought I might have done. I picked up a load of cement and gravel when I picked the machines up, so just dumping it back into these machines is a nice, tidy way to deal with it. Okay, I do also need the output exerters, so we'll have one of them. We need you to be an output, and then we copy that and paste it in. Where is it on that machine? It's okay, right there. So one there, 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 and there, and boom, just like that, loads of concrete, big concrete blocks. Those are satisfyingly large blocks. What was I doing all this for? Oh yes, I remember. Mumble science. So that means I now need to bring the money plastic from my spaceport all the way over there. Now, do I have that as an additional level on the belt system up here? Do I bring it in underground? Do I do I plan to in the future bring it in the elevators over here and have load it into that, and so it and have mixed elevators coming up? I guess I probably do. But in the meantime, let's get rid of some of the local flora and fauna and have a quick think about how we're going to arrange the machines. So I've got my concrete there. If I look in here, I can see that green science requires said concrete. It requires advanced machinery parts. So I'm going to need to make those. Maybe I'll just make those on the other side and feed them backwards. That's probably going to be easier. And I need the fulminite as previously discussed. So we'll have. So yes, this concrete can come in here like this. We'll drill a trench across like this because we can. Then I'll have an additional belt here. This will be for the fulminite. Then it's presumably assembly machines, isn't it? Yes, assembly machines to make the Science Pack 3. So I've got... These take 30 seconds. These take 60 seconds. So I need twice as many machines as I have making the red Science Packs. How many is that? Let's go up on this convenient ladder and have a look. You're making the red Science Packs. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need 12. Okay. Okay, Sophia. I haven't looked at Discord, so I don't know what drama you've been creating. I'll just be very, very scared for when I look in later and see if some sort of massive flame war has started in my absence. This is the problem. Most of the people who are playing the Planetary Pioneers run are mods on the Discord. So if it gets fighty, then it's going to get very, very fighty. So that's going to be fun. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Right. Okay. So let's just put in a little bit here for now. This is going to need to be much, much bigger, of course, but it's a good start. Can I copy a huge from over there? No, I can't. That's too far away. So I would like to put in an assembler here, like that. So sort of, mark my place. And I'm going to tell you to be an assembler that makes green science packs, like so. And so on here we can see that we need the concrete, we need the fulminite, and we need the advanced machinery parts. And also we're going to need some output belts. So we're going to have we're going to bring out the green science here like this, and we're going to bring in the advanced components like this. And I'm also going to bring these in from a little bit further away because I think I think there's a good chance I'm going to need these for something else. Probably. Just based on vaguely rational assumptions. So I'll put in a couple of pieces of belt like that. I'm going to bring this down to the next level down because I feel like we've reached the edge of the world at this point. Or the edge of this hill. So we'll have an up ramp in here. And yes, you're going to be feeding them into that machine. So you need a belt there like that. And that. And... No. this. Okay, so that's going to be my belt bringing in the advanced components. I need to carry on digging underneath here, of course. Like this and this. And this is going to need to go down a level at some point, so we'll do it there because why not? And then it goes underneath there, and then over here we have an inserter. Boom, 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 assembly machine. Boom, boom, inserter. So you have one in there, and then we go from there to there, and then there to there. Advanced electronic, hang on, what was it? Advanced machinery parts, sorry, not electronic components, advanced machinery parts. So those, they're probably going to require steel, aren't they? Yes, they are. So we need to make them. So that's an input of machinery parts and steel, and then we need to produce the machinery parts to produce them. So it's going to be another 3 rows. Crikey. Okay. And the question is at this point, should I be making this long rather than wide? And I'm honestly not sure. So when let's go over and sort of point and stare at things and make comments. In fact, let's go up the big tower. Let's go up the big tower and discuss things from the top of here. Because then let's just fall off stuff for the rest of the stream, shall we? That seems like a good way to spend my time. Come on, Laurence. Right, stand. There we go. On there. Good. Now, if we come to over here, there's a ladder. You can't fall off a ladder, can you? All right, go. Up the ladder, up the ladder. Right, there we go. So, from here, right, what was I saying? Yes, so over here, I've got, this is building long rather than building wide. So I've got a machine here that's making, this one is making mechanical components, and then it's feeding them along to these machines along here that are turning the mechanical components and the copper sticks into blue science. Here, I've gone wide. So I've got the machines here making the red science. This is sort of backwards. So over here, I've got machines making they've got one machine making something that's needed for the red science, then some machines making the other thing for the red science, plus then the machines actually making the red science themselves. I could quite reasonably have put this machine on the end of here and used maybe. Now, I am using long inserters in there, so that would potentially been a problem. But I could have put that on the end and had the belt of whatever the input is running up there, and then had a long inserter unloading it to pass it down here, and then loop the belts around appropriately. So I'd make this longer out this way instead of making it wider going out to here, and that would be perfectly reasonable. And maybe and I could have done that. The problem with doing that is you then reduce your expandability, should we say. So when I inevitably come along and go, actually, I need to be making these science packs twice as quickly. With this design, I can put another machine, another 1 there, and another 3 on the end of there, and another 6 on the end of there, and boom, just like that, I'll be making it twice. I'll be making the red science twice as fast. So that's fairly easy. It's just a bit of copy and pasting. Okay, I can't actually copy paste in this game, but it's pretty straightforward and pretty simple. However, this one here, if I end up saying, okay, I want twice as many blue sciences, then I would need to put this machine in again first, and that would mean I would then need to somehow spaghetti these iron plates from here to down at the other end, where I'd have another one of those machines waiting to make more of whatever the intermediate is, probably the mechanical components. So it's not as repeatable. I can't just go, yes, I'll need some more. I want to put in another copy of all of that just over there. I'd have to do some finagling, whether that means putting in. I don't know exactly how I'd do it. Probably by the time I got to doing that, I expect I will have the triple length inserters. So this particular case would be relatively easy. I just have this. I just make this belt go all the way up. This belt, all 3 of these belts go all the way along, and then have triple length inserters grabbing the copper sticks to put them into the machine. So it wouldn't be too bad, but that gives you the idea of the problem I could potentially have there. Over here with these more complex sciences, if I go in and start trying to make the advanced mechanical machinery parts, well, they take in iron and steel, and there's the machinery parts as an intermediate that then outputs the advanced machinery parts. Actually, that's only 4 things. So we've got iron, machinery parts, steel, and advanced machinery parts. 4 things. So actually, I could just do that in line, and then if I want to extend it, it would just be a case of putting more machines on the existing belts. Okay, I think I have answered my own question. Let's go and do it that way. So I need to bring in iron and I need to bring in steel, and then I can run them, and I can run it all up there and make all of that stuff. Make the advanced machinery parts from essentially a single row, and there will be room on it to do that. Actually, thinking about this one, if I hadn't tried to cram these quite so close together, I could have had the normal machinery parts running up the gap up the middle that there isn't one, but I could have had them running in the second channel along here. I just crammed these too close together rather than, yeah. So mistakes were made. It would be relatively easy to expand that if I wanted to, but presumably over here maybe there's slightly more going on. I'm not actually sure. I think we're making machinery components here. So we've got maybe. Yeah, we've got 2 inputs and two inputs, 2 intermediates and 2 outputs. So putting all of these onto a single row would have been a bad idea. So I think I probably got it about right. But what that means is that down here, I need to do the maths for this anyway. But I can start digging out. I can start digging out a single trench here and just make it fairly long, and then work out what I want to do along it as I get going. So we'll. Get digging, and then I can and then I can do a bit of thinking afterwards. And of course I can find where the hill reappears again to make this all a little bit more awkward, because I need to do twice as much digging. That's probably far enough. 2, 3, 4, 5. Now if I go back here, this should drop me into the trench I'd already started digging at the other end. I hear a lot of rumbling of things falling apart, so I dig out the earth from underneath them, which is, there we go, perfect. Which is convenient, because that means I don't have to manually dig up those big rocks myself. Alright. Oop. And there's the end of it. Come through here, and then all the way along here. I apologise for the amount of hole digging you may have been watching me doing tonight. I just need all this space for important machinery purposes. And I don't know, I started off trying to bury my my foundation in the ground, because that seems like the sort of thing you do with foundation. And so I've just carried on doing that because it seems like a good idea, and that means a lot of this digging. And I've also been doing a fair amount of mining, and mining for some reason seems to require quite a lot of digging as well. Who'd have thought it? So I build that from here to down there somewhere. Boink. There we go. And then, right, so... Oh, that means I need 2 belts for coming out of here. But one of them is an intermediate, actually, so I can put that along here on the outside. So that's going to be my... I'm going to need to do more digging. Oh... That's going to be the mechanical components themselves, the mechanical components that are my intermediates for this build. Then on the other side, I guess I'll have the So both types of mechanical components will come along here. So this one will be the intermediate ones that'll be made by some of the machines, like that. And then this one will take out the actual the proper advanced mechanical components, like that, to be taken away for. I've run out of belts purposes. Then in the middle of here, well, I need to work out the maths for this. So I said 12 of these, didn't I? Because I had 3. Then let's count them as I go back over. So through here, there is a belt to get stuck on. There are 2 machines making the intermediates. Then there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Huh? I have confused myself. So I've got. Right, I've got a I've got 6 machines making blue science. I've got 6 machines making red science. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which is silly because blue science. Oh no, they're both 30-second recipes. Okay, that's all right then. So that isn't silly. But I do still need 12 machines making the science pack 3s because they take twice as long to build. So I need 12 machines to make those. So that means. Or actually, the other way to look at that is I'm making a science every 5 seconds. So I need 2 advanced machinery parts every 5 seconds. Actually, let's make sure I've got the numbers right for concrete first. So concrete, I need 12 concrete every 5 seconds. I've got 5 machines making it. So that means this is triggering every 3 seconds. 4 concrete every 3 seconds is nearly 8 every 5 seconds. What did I say I needed? And I need 12. Oof. So I need not quite to double it, but I need to significantly increase my concrete production. Okay, well, at least we know. And if I go in and double it, then I'm going to have plenty. So that should be all right. But that's going to need another 10 crushers and another 5 of the big water machines. Okay, so I'll get some of that as well. Okay. And so that means I'm going to need 2 advanced machinery parts every 5 seconds. Advanced machinery parts makes 2 every 4 seconds. So I only need 1 machine making advanced machinery parts. Okay, that's a bit easier. That's a bit more trivial than I was expecting it to be. And to do that, I need 2 machinery parts. And I can make 1 machine can make that every 3 seconds. That's ridiculous. I was expecting to need a lot more machines, especially given how many I need making concrete. Okay, that's comically easy. I think I might put in 4 or 5 times the amount I actually need, with the theory that I've then got a load of advanced machine parts coming out that I can use for other things as well. Because I suspect the next research is likely to require them. Right, so actually the main thing I need more of, well, I need more belts because I always need more belts. But the main thing I need more of is more crushers and more whatever the machines are called that I've forgotten the name of. So give me that. Crushers are going to be down the end here because I built them fairly recently. Here we go, crushers 10. That is just what I need. And then the other machines around here that are dealing with the stuff from the crushers. Is it you? Yes, you. I actually only need 5. Oh no, there is only 5 in there. That's convenient. That's the right number. So I'll take those. And I will take some more pipes because... Actually, no, I don't need more pipes because I can just replace the existing pipes with T-shaped ones. I am going to need to bring steel over though. So that means I'm going to need to put in a splitter here. And then belts to take it over to... Is this science? Yes, this is science. So belts to then bring it along here and then way out down that way. So let's do that on the way. Let's snick out a couple of pieces of steel, a couple of pieces of that from here, and then grab one of... Where are they? One of those. Put it on to... Could we put it on here, but 1 square the other way? Can I put you... What if I stand over here? Now let me put it where I want to. Why can I not... If I don't snap, is this better? Yes, there we go. That's where I wanted to put it. Right, back to snapping mode. Get out of there. Right, so I'm going to need... How am I going to get this out of here? Because it's going to need to go up 2. Oh, I put in a rather fast splitter here, but that's okay. We don't mind if a system runs faster than it needs to. So I'll put all that in there, and then ramp and ramp to get it above the iron. And then, you know what, I'll run it directly above this iron, because why not, basically. So that's there. And it does kind of, putting lots of belts in directly above each other like this does kind of functionally make a wall that I can't get past. So this may be unwise, but oh well. We'll work it out when we have to. And then, yeah, I'm getting slightly further this way with each row. So I guess that means we'll rotate that there. We'll bring this along here because that seems to be the pattern I'm setting up. I guess that sort of means it doesn't have to be higher up because it doesn't have to be further across, or it doesn't have to be higher. It doesn't have to be either of those. But never mind. We'll try and be sort of consistent. So bring this to over here, like this. Also going to need the iron. Is the iron the ground level one, or no? The iron is this level? Okay. That's true. Yes, the catwalks and ladders and things will be my way of getting around these sort of things. So bring this along to here as well. So there's my iron. Then over here, I'll finish this belt off, even if I don't need to. Right, and then I said I was going to go a bit... I was going to have a bit more than I was sort of initially thinking here, because it feels like not enough. I have 7... Okay, we'll do 3 of each, because I have 7 assemblers left. So put 1 there. 2, 3... What? I don't know what happened. Oh, I clicked and dragged and it was weird, but that's okay. Is that 6? I think that's 6. I got confused halfway through and stopped counting. Right, so here we're going to make the mechanical... Here we're going to make... Single click, Laurence, single click. We're going to make mechanical components. We're going to make mechanical machinery parts. We're going to make machinery parts. We're going to make advanced machinery parts. Yay, that was a big green light. We're going to make advanced machinery parts. We're going to make advanced machinery parts. Turns out I can count. Who'd have thought it? Okay, so that means along here now, I'm going to put in one of the long guys. I have a long boy there. To unload those. And a short one there. No, that's going to be on the other side. And you're going to be an unloader. Like that. We'll copy you, and we'll have another one there and another one there. Then we're going to have an input there from this belt, and there and there. So that's going to take it. That's going to be the. That's going to make the basic machinery parts, and this is going to use the basic machinery parts, and then we can then unload. Like. If we get a bit close enough so I can hit the button, there we go, unload like from that, and that, and that. And that's going to be my advanced machinery parts going off down there to be made into the science packs. Lovely. On the other side, I will then be bringing in the 2 types of inputs. Let's just put a little bit of... Have I run out of foundation? Yet again I have. Right, okay, so this is going to be iron and steel. It doesn't matter which way around they go because the inserters are all the same speed in this game. You are going to be a down ramp, though. And we're just going to bring them both in here, I guess. I think that should be fine. Iron is at this height. And so is that. Okay, good. So now we can just put a belt going from here. Someone told me what the button was. Is it X? No. Is it just keep clicking? It might be T. It might be... Oh, it's Y. Drag mode. There we go. There it is. So bring that back to here. And specifically to here. And then I can whack a splitter, number 8. Come in, number 8. You go... Apparently you don't go. Fine. We'll bring this belt up to here. Then I can put in the splitter on that one like that. There we go. So that's going to be my iron feed. Lovely. Then I do exactly the same, but 1 square further on. Yes, 1 square further on with the steel. So I want to drag you to... Go away. Right, I drag you... Give me that. Right. Drag you to here. So from there it goes to there. And then I put one of these on the end of that. Then I put some of... You know what I could just do is come over here and go, I would like to have another one of these ramps, please. Boop, boop, And this time it needs to go up to there. And then I should be able to grab that and go from there to there. And wow, it all lined up perfectly. I'm amazed. Frankly, I'm astounded, surprised, astonished, bamboozled, perplexed, and many other words besides. But I managed to actually get some things to line up properly. So a belt there and a belt there, like that. The first 3, then we'll do short load, boom, boom, boom. Then we do long load, boom, boom, boom. And then we go, what? That's not enough belts. And I realise I've run out, so I'll pull that one up because I don't need it. And I'll put that one in there. Right, now, now we should have this just merrily churning out advanced thingammy parts. Okay, we're waiting for the basic mechanical parts to get through. But now, yes, they are. All machines have red lines on them, so they're all working. Excellent, and we've got these advanced parts coming in here. Good. So we're now at 2 out of the 3 things needed in order to make the green science packs here. All that's needed now is the money metal, money plastic, whatever we call that stuff, fulminite. And then also I need to run this belt off to go and take the science packs over to the science labs over there. Fine. So still a couple of steps to do. I'm going to need to set them around to the other side, I suppose. Why are these 2 not on the other side, given that there's just so much room? I do not know. It would be sensible, I feel, but they're not. So I guess, yes, we're going to have to bring... Somehow, yes, I'm going to have to get a belt from over there, ideally round this end and in coming along here, because I don't want to build additional... I mean, I've got 3 dimensions. It's going to be fairly straightforward. Because, yeah, I don't want to come in from the other end, because then when I put in more of these science servers, there won't be room... The belt will be in the way, in theory, eventually at some point. So, but still, I think that should be manageable. I'll bring it in over here somewhere, maybe underneath one of these belts. It feels a little bit cheeky, but it could totally be done. And then bring it over, bounce it over the top of that, and along the side. Okay, so that's going to need more belts because everything seems to need enormous numbers of belts at the moment. So let's go and find some more of those. I do feel like I need to do a Disney World thing here, where actually the level that all of these belts travel around at is not is subterranean, and I just build up basically these walkways. But I need to get better at actually going up onto the walkways, which perhaps means I need more ladders for them, and I just need to remember that they exist, and rather than running and trying to do the sort of the steeplechase as I go over there. Do I mean steeplechase? Trying to do the hurdles every time I try and go over. Anyway, what do you want? No, right. I am very tempted to just go, you know what, sod it, and take this underground over that way. But, I don't know, there's plenty of room, actually. I could come out of here, I could go up, and then over the top of this belt, and then up and over to above the steel, and then just go up beyond, over and above the steel in the distance. So let's do that. Let's bring a belt out of here like that, and then we'll have a couple of ups. Or alternatively, we'll just run out of ramps because I didn't go and pick up any more of those when I was getting more belts, because that would have been sensible. At least I'm fairly nearby though. Belt ramp 1. I'm going to need a lot of you guys because we're going 3D. Hang on to your wasp names. We're going three-dimensional. So come to here, and then you are going to go up again like that. Is that as high as we need to go? It is for now. But you know what? Let's just go up even further to keep it well out of the way. Then we can just put a belt off here, going over there like that. And I say, is that high enough? I mean, it is for now, but it's going to have to go higher to get across here. So over here now, we still need to go up another notch like that. And then I can start placing this belt. Where are you? Yes, there. And then you go from there straight on till morning. Okay, we need to go over that apparently. Oh, I mean, we can do that, but I won't be able to get through there. So I guess we actually only come to about here. And Oh, gone directly above this one. There goes my pattern. And then we go up another 1, 2, 3. And then we have a belt that goes over the top. Where do I actually need this stuff? Okay, it's over here. And actually, no, I'll bring that back down again after it's gone over the top of the catwalk. So I'll take out from there to there. Yeah, that's okay. That's over the catwalk, past the catwalk. So I'll now bring that back down again. Plus 1, 2, 3, and then turn it back into a normal elevator. It's gone into a cable. What the hell? Ah. Third dimension, you are a cruel and heartless mistress. Third dimension giveth and third dimension taketh away. Right, and then, okay, it's over here somewhere. This one. This bunny. This is the one that needs the money plastics coming in. So I guess we're doing some more downslopes. Give me that. And we're going to play. How high does this need to go? I have no idea. Bum 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 bum. That seems about right, actually. So if I take you and try and connect you to there, it just works. Magic. Right. How many of these have I got? I don't know. Not enough, I'm sure. But anyway, let's set one up. Get it make... Oh, no. I still need to do this output belt. Right. So I said I was just going to run this along underneath the copper belt, didn't I? Or underneath the iron belt like this. Because why not? Answers on a postcard. Bring it to here for now. Right, so we've got a ladder here, which I don't want to get in the way of. We've got a trench here for getting past. So let's bring it through the gap between the two of them, I think. Yeah, that can go over the top of there without any problems. So bring that to there. And then we do ramps. We do up ramps. Actually, it doesn't need to be very high. That one ramp up is enough. In fact, better idea. Let's let the game do it itself and minimise the size of this. So if we just do that, then it'll automatically put that in. Do I want to go on the near or the far row here? I don't think it matters. It's going to be the getting the next one in is going to be ridiculousness anyway. So we'll just go here. Actually, no. I've changed my mind. There is potential to bring another one over the top of there. So if I bring this along here instead, then my fourth science pack can just hop over the belt there, and it'll be nice and easy. And so then I can just come along here and do these, like this, and this, and this, and this. Right. That, I'm not going to say that is green science, because it certainly isn't, but it is many steps in the right direction. And let's put that belt in. All right, let's not, because I have run out of belt again. So that is okay. I need to put the inserters in over there. But let's go and get some more. Let's go and get some more assembly machines, more belts, and more inserters as well. I'm running out of those. Assemblers. Boink. Oh, they only come in 10 packs of 10. That's not very many. Inserters come in 50s. That's much more useful. Long inserters. I've still got 40 of those. I don't think I need any more yet. Belts. I always need belts. Ramps. I've got a decent number of. Belt ramp. Belt 2. No, I don't need any of those at the moment. Mining drills, don't care. I've got 6 of them. That's a decent number. Smelters, burner generators, don't care, don't care. Light poles, don't care. Foundation. I've run out of foundation. Let's get more foundation. Let's lose that. Destroy. Destroy. What are you? Oh, your decor. I don't want that decor, but I also don't want to destroy it because it's a thing I actually made with my own hands, and yeah, it feels wrong to destroy that. Whereas there's all this biomass, I'm not using that. I don't need it. I can get more if I do need it. It's not a problem. What are you? A power pole, small power pole. Okay, fine. That is at least enough space to grab the foundations of everything else. Power transformer pump. Right. I think. Oh yeah, I want to grab some more assemblers on the way back out. That should be all the goodies I need to finish that project. You know what? Let's go up here. I need this to go off along here at this point. Do I have any? No, I don't have any walkway. Alright, we'll just jump off for the time being. Okay, over here. You are in a pretty good position now. You should have... Yes, you've got all the things you need. You just need your inserters. So, we'll have a short inserter and a long inserter. And a long inserter. And, oh, I need to dig all this out. Noobed it. Long inserter and a short exerter. So I'll put that in there and push the button. And then if I put some foundation in under here because I can, like that, then this should be working now. Yes, there we go. So I'm starting to make my first green science packs. That's fantastic. I'm very, very happy with that. Things are now starting to look like they're kind of basically maybe sort of working. Oh, I still need to extend this. I'm going to put in the 12 of these first, and then I'll go back and extend the concrete production in a moment. 12, geez. Right, so I need a line of 33 here. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and many gaps. Okay, so we'll start over here. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33. Jeez. 2, 3, 4, 5, and then just all the way back again. And then colour inside the lines. Welcome to Laurence Plays with the Colouring Book. I'm not sure whether it's quicker to do it in sort of sweeps like this or whether it's better just to push through it, but probably just pushing through it because I don't have to get the timing quite so right when I do that. Yay, there we go. A nice perfect hole. I'm not going to have enough foundation for this, am I? I can just tell. Zoop. Oh no, I am. I am for this build. I'm not going to have enough to extend those things over there, but for this part, I seem to be alright. Right, so we need 12 of these, so that's 2, 3... That's in the wrong place. Let's go up along this side, so I'm going to let it fall off. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And I've run out of foundation. Somewhere along the lines here, I have messed up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I messed up when I laid in the foundation. 1, 2, 3. And I overdug. Never mind. We'll just have another repeat of sinkholes. There we go. Right, and yeah, lighting up the new builds would probably be a good idea. I have to admit, they are. It is getting a little gloomy over here at night. Oh, that was apparently not a diggy plant. That was just a generic friendly plant that you can build over the top of. There we go, and zoop. That goes from there to up there somewhere. What? No, don't be like that. Just fill in the gaps in the belt. Don't decide you want to go over it just because there's a piece of belt there that was going in the same direction. All right, that's lovely. Then over here we have exactly the same sort of thing. This is my input. This is a tree in the way. And my inventory's full, so I can't even chop down a tree. Great. Well, we'll throw away some sand. And we'll throw away some... whatever that dirt is. And that's concrete. We'll throw away some stone. And then we'll also fill in that hole. Just because it feels like a good idea. Then I can extend this belt. Oh, the tree's still there. Of course it is. Boom. Extend that all the way up to here. And then flip it round. And all the way back along here. Phew. Then, I guess it's coming along. It's time to put in all the inserters. 1, 2. I don't know why I'm counting. They're just going in on the first block of each machine, which is easy enough to eyeball like that. And then the other one, I'll run back over here so I can copy it, so I don't have to go back and set all their conditions. Like this. So yeah, I picked up a couple of useful tips from reading through the help between streams. One was that you can get things out of your inventory by right-clicking them, so you don't have to put them into your hotbar unless you actually want rapid access to them. You can just grab them like that. You can just grab them from the inventory. You can just grab them grab them from your inventory. And the other one is that you can copy a thing with its settings intact by doing Control Q instead of just Q to select it from the world, which is also handy, as you've seen. Or you use Q to just grab it in with its default settings, which works too for when you want an inserter to be an inserter rather than an exserter. However, I forgot about that when I went in and put in all of the assembly machines, and I didn't set any of them up properly. So instead, for that, we're going to come back over here. We're going to get out the tablet, and we're going to shift right click on that, and then shift left click on each of these to paste the recipe in and get them running. You guys are all now making green science. Yes, yes, you are. Well, it's trying to anyway. There's not enough concrete coming through. That's fair. I did know there was going to be a shortage of concrete for this build. Over here, though, we seem to have we have enough of these of the advanced mechanical components coming through. So that one's good, as expected, because I have massively overbuilt for that one. Then over here, yeah, all the concrete is getting schlurped up by the first couple of machines. However, I want to say, however, we are making green science, but I can't see any of them. Oh yeah, there's one down there, way down there in the dark. And over here, are they actually... Presumably, they're getting... I think we're making them. There's one. Yep, there's one. And they're coming along here. Presumably, they're getting schlurped up by the science labs as soon as they get here. Like... that. So these science labs do now have... Yeah, this one has... 61 blue, 3 red, and 3 green. I think that must be because I did an inventory dump into it. This one's the same. This one's got 330. Right. So it's working. It's just there's not enough concrete. Also, this belt is full. Okay. Well, there's an easy answer to that. I just select this and go boink. And then it is twice as fast. It's still presumably not going to be sufficient because, as I said, the production is not going to be sufficient. However, it's going to be able to now start emptying out all of the amount that's been, buffered in these machines. So we're going to get a steady flow out. This will tell me whether the yellow belt is fast enough to keep all of these machines fed, or whether I'm going to need a second belt feeding them. How many are they snatching each? Getting up to 36 each. I don't know what they were stockpiling when they were actually running. Question is, which is going to run out? The buffers in these machines, or filling up the input buffers on these machines? Now, I do feel that these are filling up sufficiently quickly and pushing it through fast enough that it's probably going to be alright. I think this yellow... Nope, this yellow belt is not fast enough. No... Some more has appeared from somewhere. Okay. Yeah, the yellow belt is fast enough. We've got to the point where the machine on the end here has filled up, has filled up, in fact. So I think we will, if the buffer lasts, yeah, there we go. The buffer lasted long enough that we've now got the belt is solidly full. So the yellow belt was fast enough to charge all the machines. The thing is, it's not going to be fast enough. The buffer is going to run out. If we look in here, we've got 124 in there at the moment. We've got this one's still full at basically 200. These ones are basically empty. So yeah, we've ripped through almost all of the buffer trying to fill that up. I do reckon I'm going to need another 3 or 4 of these. Possibly want another 5. So let's put in some more foundation. Oh yeah, and let's put in the new lights as Regular was asking for a little while ago. If I've got any good spaces for them. So, lights. That's you. Yeah, there's room down here. Let's not put you that way round. Let's put you... Where are you? There you are. Let's put you that way. And then that way. And that way. And that way. I said, and that way. Oh, have I run out? No, it's blocked by something. Oh, it's blocked by the pipe. Okay, I can't have one there. Fair enough. And then round here. That way. And that way. And that way. And that way. Putting 2 in each of these gaps is probably unnecessary. But still, it lights the place up nicely. Then over here, one there. Can't put any in this gap, that's full. Put one there. One there. 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 And oh, right, there. And I'm now into the robot making area rather than the science making area. But you know, I'll just carry on because I've still got quite a lot of these lights. That's the wrong way round, pointing the wrong way. Never mind. Right, has that helped? Does it make it look friendlier and more welcoming as factories go? Yeah, it's a little bit more illuminating now. Fairly happy with that. I think having them all the way along this end of the belt, and then having the belts just disappear, or having the construction just disappear off into the darkness, is sort of cool. I'm also not 100% certain that I need more concrete production. Okay, now I'm pretty certain I need more concrete production. How much more of this stuff have I got? How far can I go? One machine, probably. You know what, I'm just going to fill this entire gap in the middle in here, except for where the cactus is. Yeah, make this all the same level. The hills can be extended, and at the fickle whims of the engineer. I'm going to have to dig this section out though. Oh well. Right, so I'm going to let's do that now while I'm here. Then I'll go and get some more foundation, and then I'll put in some more of that, and then I'll put in more foundation over here and extend those as well. Because if I increase the rate that we're making the concrete at, I'm going to increase the rate we need the cement and the crushed stone at as well. So yeah. How far am I going to want to go? So these are 3 each, and I was going to put in 5. So 1, 2, 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3. I think only one more. 1, 2, 3. I didn't really count very well there, but I feel like that's the right size area. Then over here, I need to dig out all of... No, I don't. I need to dig out all of this area. I don't... Oh, no, I do need... No, I don't. That's where the belt goes. Yeah, so I just need... Oh, and... No, I didn't need to do that. I need a channel going out here that's 4 wide. Like that, as far as is necessary. And then one here that's 4 wide. Boom, 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 boom. So 2, and these needs to be 10. 3, 4, 5, 6, and then it stops mattering. But I am going to need a lot more of... I'm going to need to extend this out as far as whatever, and maybe I'll put an area of earth around the edge of it just to sort of camouflage it in a little bit. But for the moment, I'm going to need to go and get some more more foundation as usual. I can't get through here. I just can't. Parkour. The foundation is always surprisingly far down here. I get confused. Foundation. There we go. Gimme. Maybe that's another one I need 2 machines making, because I keep coming over and going, yeah, 200 foundation. That's a start, and then it just doesn't last very long at all. I could have a machine make it over here making the foundation probably. I think it only takes... Is it iron and mechanical components? I forget. I don't think it takes too much anyway. Okay, so this needs to be... I'm going to put in another 5 of these, so I need 10 squares worth, and there's 1 already, so I'll make it 9 long. Where's my... Oh, it's up at the top there. 9 by 4. 9 by 4. And then over... What are you? Oh, you're... Yeah, you're where a belt goes, so you can just be... you can be earth. Like that. You can be part of this thing. And then over here... I need 3 times, so I need 15. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I need another 8. Which is to the end of the hole. I actually got it correct. Wow. Don't get used to it, guys. No promises. Alright, extend. Oh. Why? Because it didn't work, that's why. And then over here, should be 4. Oh, it is on forward already. Okay. There, and are you an inner? Yeah, you're both outies. It's out there. So that's my inputs for this thing. And then over here, I've got the outputs for the output for the crushing of the crushed stone. I've got the input for the rock itself, the raw minerals, and then what's going on here? Okay, my cement is weird, so that's going to need to come out here and all the way to here, and then likewise this one's going to need to come out from here all the way to here, and then I suppose I better fill in underneath these belts because it looks weird having them floating in midair like that. There we go. I think that's good. Now we don't seem to have any mineral coming out here. Is that? Oh no, that's the cement output. If I put a belt in the wrong way around, I put a belt in the wrong way around. Ah, Okay, so we need to go from there to where did I screw up? I honestly don't know. Let's just go all the way to there. And discover I've not got enough space in my inventory to do it. Fine. Probably because of all the cement I've just picked up. So that's an output. So that's going from there to join onto the belts in here somewhere. So is that now working? I think so. Can I go and dump inventory junk? I want to have the what's it called? Oh, did I not actually pick up any concrete? Apparently not. I want to have the even distribution mod from Factorio again still, so I can just hammer Shift C and it'll empty my inventory into all the buildings around me and just get rid of all of the unnecessary stuff that I've picked up. What do you? Oh right, have some of this. There we go, and you as well, because I've got any left. There you go, I still have, and I think that's the lot because I didn't see any very big numbers. Yep, there we go. Now, does that mean I can at least pick up these belts and put them in the correct way around? Yes. Okay, next step. Copy this guy. And we need to put in another 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Although for something that I had far too few of, it was working pretty well, I have to admit. 1, 2, 3, 4. I believe I have slightly overdone it with some of these machines, but you know, they're cheap enough. I don't care too much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then along here, this is the fiddly bit. This requires me to put them in going. Yeah. Try and put one over here. No, you won't let me. That's fine. 3, 4, 5. There we go. That's all my inputs. Nom 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 nom. They all go. And then over here we've got outputs. So I need to copy this guy like that, and that goes there and there and there and there and there, and then copy this guy to not there. Don't be silly. Have you tried not being silly? There we go. Get rid of you. You go. Oh, for goodness sake. That's a belt. There, and there, and there, there, and there. Right, now all of that, that should now all be working. We should be picking up all of everything we could possibly need here. Is this belt keeping up? I don't know. I can hear machines working on in both my ears, so that's a good sign. There is some at the end here, so I feel like it might be. If we look down the hole here, I think that's the side. Yeah, that looks like that's a belt that's backing up. So I've chucked a load of extra, well, just about keeping up. Hard to say. Yeah, I think it is. That is a belt that is starting to back up. Now, I think it's not going to be a problem because soon this belt's going to stop, and this belt is kind of stopped. So we're mostly just filling the output buffers in these machines. I don't think I need to update these to yellow belts. Possibly I need to go down the lift and check the miner out to make sure that we are still able to pull this out at the rate we want to, and that we're not just pulling the buffer out of the elevator. But I'll do that in a minute. Because before I do that, I need to come over here and put in some more of these guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, and then, yes, then it's more of these. So we have in, and then the little ones snuggled up against on this side. Oh, this side, the big ones, typical. there, 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 and there. I think that went in the right place. Yes, it did. Good. And over on this side, same sort of thing, but they're exerters. So let's copy. And I've put them arbitrarily in the first square of each machine. Okay, sure. 2. I've run out of inserters. What? How can I have run out of inserters? That's ridiculous. Then along here, I need to find where the pipes are not connecting, which is up here. So I need to take you out. Boom. And let's take them all out and then put them all back in again, rather than faffing around one bit at a time. Like that. And I select you, and I want a T-junction part like that. Yes, it's the right way around. That's convenient. There, 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 there. Okay, so some of these should now be able. These should now be able to work. I don't know why they're not. Are you not programmed? You are programmed. Oh, it's filling up with water. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, now they all kick into action. But I've run out of inserters, so the ones at the beginning are just going to fill up their input buffer, their output buffers. That's okay, kind of okay. But yeah, notice that we've now used up all the concrete that we made. We're no longer filling the belt with it. I believe, as I said before, I believe the belt is fast enough. I just need to make sure I just need to make it a little bit more of it, so that we can. We need to make it a bit faster, so that we don't just use it all up. Right, let's go and get some more inserters, and then I think that build. I think that build will then be done. I can't think of anything I've forgotten, but the fact that if I had forgotten any of it, then I obviously won't be thinking of it. So it's kind of a circular question, isn't it? Really. Oh yeah, I do want to go off and make sure the mineral stuff is being dug up fast enough. Oh look, we've made enough green science. In fact, let's use the green science. Let us research. What sounds fun? Well, the bot BB-8 is trying to bully me into doing the oil processing. So maybe that's what I should do. We could make construction material on the ground. That would save us from having to buy it. That'd be nice. Decor 3, don't care. Escalators. I haven't even used escalators 1 yet. What do you? Oh, filter loaders. Yes, I think that's going to be quite useful. Hanger gate, don't care. Hover engine sounds fun. Inventory size, that sounds very useful. Lights 3, sure. Seem to be trying to make me put more lights. Let's have that first before. Let's have the long inserters first. Ooh, mining drill speed, that'd be very nice. Mining efficiency, that would be quite good. That gets you more out. It's productive. What Factorio calls productivity, I guess. Yes. So yeah, mining efficiency would be good. Mining force, that'd be nice. Then I can get to some of those resource patches that we've not been able to get to, and dig up some other things, and some stuff for the space station. Fine. Why have I not got biomass farming? What have I not? Oh, I haven't researched greenhouses because I didn't think I cared about them. But I think that's okay. We can churn through these. The filter loader is probably not the highest priority of all the things I'm researching, but it's it's a thing that seems like a good idea. So I think I'm okay with that order of research. And then, oh yeah, it was the concrete machines where I ran out of loaders. That was the problem. So round here, yes. No, control Q. There we go. I need some more of these. There, there, and there. And these will, as you see, will now produce large quantities of concrete, which will hopefully fill up the buffers fill up the belt along here, and allow us to start just producing green science at the rate we would like to be producing green science at. I'm sort of hoping that all of these machines are going to be producing the concrete fast enough for that. We shall see how it goes, though. And I feel like there's a decent amount coming through, and it's getting most of the way to the end. It's kind of working, kind of, almost kind of, nearly kind of. Of course, we're filling up input buffers like that. So that's going to get up to 36 before it allows any more to get past it. Like that. So it's got to 36 now. Then this one will fill up to 36, and then it'll finally allow some more past. So you do need to have it coming through Well, I'm not going to say you need to have it coming through a bit quicker. It will eventually balance itself out if the two are exactly the same. But there we go. It's now reached the end of the the end of the line. It's chucked a load in here, so this machine can run. It's got 23, so it can run several times. It can run again, and if it gets one more block, then it can run again. Do I have anything you need? No. Do I have anything you need? Not sure. So I was going to say I'm cautiously optimistic, but there's a big gap down there at the moment, and it's not sort of backing up along the belt. I don't want to have to put more of these in. I've got a ridiculous number of them as it is, but maybe I'll have to. I mean, just because I don't want to doesn't mean I don't have to. The input of the cement seems to be massively over what's needed. Because the belt keeps stopping. Well, actually, that's not proof. It's whether the machines keep stopping. This one is trundling steadily through. It's not. This isn't stopping. What's your numbers? We don't know. What are the numbers for concrete? 4 gravel to make 4. Oh yeah, 4 gravel to make 4 concrete means that this needs to also be a yellow belt. Right. Okay. Well, let's fix that. It's odd that it hasn't become a problem yet, but also I think I'd rather just make sure that is sufficient. There we go. Now there's plenty on there. And by which I mean the belt stops from time to time. If the belt stops, then that means it's got enough pumped through. But if there's gaps on the belt, then that means maybe you need more. Or maybe it's just perfectly balanced, as all things would like to be. I can see a lot of smoke coming out of these machines. I think there is smoke coming out of the end one. So I think these might just be balanced. And once we catch... oh no, we've nearly caught up on the green science production anyway. Which is odd, because we've got research running, haven't we? Yeah, research is running. Maybe I don't have enough labs. This is a 30-second research, and I'm producing a pack every 5 seconds, so I need 6 labs. And I think I have 4 of them. Yeah, okay. I need 2 more science labs. Where are science labs? Are you a science? No. Where the hell's the science? Oh, it'll be under science. Will it be under science? It will. Research servers. Okay, whatever you want to call them. I need some technum rods. Technum. And I need some more xenophorite. Xenophrite. Something like that. So, if I don't fall in the hole here, then I can come to here and I can do that and make a second one. Then come around here. Oh, still trying to make my... wait, what? Okay, no. I don't know why I couldn't pick it up the first time. I must have done something wrong. There we go. Put those in there like that. And then I can extend it. Didn't do the foundation. Right. Back up you come. And you. And then diggy time. Can you dig it? Yes, I suppose I probably can. If I have to. They're 3 by 3, aren't they? Yes, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then just all the way over to the other side. Dig, bling. Oh, filter loaders, sweet. What did I want those for? Oh yeah, loading multiple things into the lifts. That's what I wanted them for. I'm not planning to use that right now, but I'm sure at some point it'll be incredibly useful. I guess there's an element of me just assuming what filter loaders do, but if they don't do what I assume they do, then what even is the point? And then the same along the side here. And doot. Right, there we go. Now we should be able to science 50% faster, obviously, and also science at the same speed that we're producing the science packs at. So that should be a little bit better. Right. Oh yes, I was going to go and make sure that we had enough mineral rock coming up in the lift, wasn't I? So I'd like to go down to mineral rock, please. It's not too far. Shouldn't take me long to get there. Away we go. Bing. Basement 1. Rocks, apparently. Yes. Oh. Oh. There are gaps in the rock supply. I do not want there to be gaps in the rock supply. I guess that means I need to put in another mining drill. Well, I'm kind of glad I checked, because I suspect there's a large buffer in the thing, in the elevator. But oh, that's too far down. But I don't want to risk running out. Hello. Fancy meeting you guys here. And one more. One more row. One more row. One more. One hole more. Punch through here. Right, and now I can put in some more of this. Like, hello? This. There we go. That goes from there to there. I get nicely nudged up by it automatically. And then I can dig out some of the some more rock from up here. Give everything slightly better access to all the minerals we're trying to pull out. And then I want to have another one of these in the gap there. Then I can extend the belt. And then I can put in an unloader like that. And there we go. That'll add another 50% onto my mining, which I think is going to be plenty. Just clean some of these out of the way to make it give the bots better access. I'm sure they'll appreciate it. I'm gonna try and get myself out. There we go. That's a nice mineral rock face. They can dig away at it there. I don't know how much higher it goes up here. Okay, a little bit higher. Yeah. So these rocks, these patches of whatever, do actually get smaller as the bots dig away at them. So it will eventually. Once they've dug it all up, or once they've dug most of it up, you'll notice that most of the cubes of white marbly stuff will have gone. And eventually it will all disappear, and I'll have to go away and find something else. But hopefully I'll have some sort of trains or something vaguely similar and reminiscent of trains by that point. There we go. You'd never know I went in there by mistake. So right now we've got slightly more of this coming through, going into the intake here, and I don't know how to find out how much rock there is in this elevator, because I'm pretty sure it does buffer some of it, because I saw that flowing in even before I had any sort of output at the top. So there is some buffered in there, but it doesn't have a control panel, so I can't find out. At least I can't find out as far as I'm aware. Green science. Confirm. Go back up to green science. Shoomp. Shoomp. Ground floor. Parking. Ha! I should have it go up to the catwalk level. Although these things you can only... Can you have multiple stops? Yeah, you probably can, actually. Yeah, I should definitely have it go up to catwalk level. Let's see if I can implement that now. How high is catwalk level? Not quite high enough, judging by the fact that I keep running into things, but still, it's a good starting point. So catwalk level is 138. Yeah, alright. So let's go through here and config add station. Catwalk 138. Powerways in the way. Power lines. Are they? Oh, I see, because I'm feeding power in here. Get rid of that for a moment. That will break it, of course. Oh, now I need to do it again. Add station. Catwalk 138. Come Confirm. There we go. We can kind of see it building. So I guess I should then link the power cable back in again, because otherwise things won't work. But I can link it up to that one instead. That'll probably be fine. So now I can hop in here, go up to catwalk. Like that. So, so stupid. Then, however, I'm going to need some catwalks, which I don't think I have. No, I have some railings, but no catwalks. Can I build some catwalks? That'll be under decor. No. Structures. Catwalks. Yes, I can make 2 of them. Great. I think 2 is not going to be sufficient. Oh, it's probably... Are they made out of xenoferrite? I would just imagine them to be. Yes, just lots of xenoferrite. So if I stand here, nick a load of this. Like that. Then I can make a lot more catwalks. Like that. And then presumably I can whack them along the front of here. Yes, I can. Lovely. And there's a cable in the way. But that's okay, because I can then put another one there. Run them out to here. And then presumably I can... Oh. These cables are always in the way. I can't get past the cables to get over to that one. And I can't get across here because that belt is in the way, I think. Yeah, bound to be. Remove that. And I guess I could bring it along further. I'm just putting the problem off for further off in the future by doing this. But if I do that, can I then run a cable to up there? No, there's something in the way. But if I put in a base for my pylon here, like that, and then I guess climb up the belt so that I can see what I'm doing at this point. Yeah, I'm trying to make things easier, I promise. And then I can run a cable from there to. Can I put it on top of there? No, not from here. I can't. Can I stand on this rock? I can. Sweet. So I can now put that on top of there, and then it can run to there. Right, there we go. So that's worked now. So now if I come through here, bing. Using the lift to go up here might be a bit ridiculous, to be honest, but I kind of want to do it as much as just because I can, as proof of concept, you know, shows it actually works, and I can come up here and I can get off at catwalk level. I am now thinking catwalk level should be significantly higher than it is, but you know, this is kind of a start because I can now extend that to there, and I don't have enough. Can I grab the iron from up here? No, it's going to be way out of reach. Way out of reach. I need a lot more walkways than I'm building at the moment. Maybe I should just go and grab entire stacks of xenoferrite plate out of the smelting machines, because this is a slow process, should we say? I can tell it's a slow process because most of my viewers have gone home, gone to bed. So I think maybe it's time to call it a night. I will finish this catwalk off. Run it from there to, come on, there. So link those two together, and then I shall demonstrate that it actually works. And then, yes, it's 11:15. That seems like, no, don't put that there. That seems like a suitable time to go to bed. I'm just going to get rid of this rock as well, because it's kind of in the way. There we go. Right, take me to the catwalk. It's just like a rear lift. You have to keep poking the buttons until it actually goes somewhere. Alright, slightly higher up. Bing. Now I can run along the catwalk slightly more easily. And yeah, and this kind of works. And I've got a lift over there to take my... to be honest, let's be honest, I am just going to jump off the top of the catwalk 99% of the time. But the fact that it brings me over through the factory like this is quite nice. It's quite handy. Okay, right. I think this is a place where I shall call it the end of the stream. So I think things have gone quite well. I've produced a new science pack, and that's always exciting. And I've done 2 sort of major new resources. So what's gone on? Yes, so there's green science is now being produced over there. That's been we're making concrete, and then making some basic things that we've done before. And all that's then being, yeah, as I say, being made into green science. That's working quite nicely, and that's spending the money that we're earning by selling all of the little robots in space. So we're literally turning money into green science packs as we do this, which is probably why I now only have 69,000 francs up there in the top corner. As well as that, though, over in the distance over there, I built the second elevator. Oh no, actually, technically that was the first one. So I built that one, then went all the way down to the lava areas where I put in some firmer, whatever it's called, smelting, which is squashing it down into plates rather than these ingot pieces. I haven't used them for anything yet, but I'm imagining that's going to come up as something I'm going to do with some of the things I researched from green science, probably. So we'll get that up and running relatively soon, I expect. See what's needed for that. And other than that, well, I've done a little bit of extension on the bus over there. But mainly, the things I've done is I've got the fulminite squashing going on the bottom of that elevator. I've got mineral processing minerals being dug up from the elevator, from the patch that's down under there somewhere, I think, and then being belted around and coming up here. And I've started making the green science. I think one of the things I've done that I found most interesting is I've started thinking a bit more 3-dimensionally. So we've got the tunnel that's bringing the iron ore from over here underneath here somewhere and bringing it over here in order to be used for the concrete. And I've got the tunnel coming from here, carrying the minerals from the mining patch, bringing it over to here to the elevator to bring it here to bring it up the elevator to be fed out as well. So yeah, thinking a little bit more 3-dimensionally. There's still some fairly horrible stuff going on with these multi-level belts over here. I guess at some point, maybe the answer is going to be to move them all underground, or maybe if I build it again, I'll put them underground and have it all come up in an elevator with sorter loaders on the outputs to tell different things to come out in different ways. I don't know. There's many possibilities anyway. So we'll see what seems like a good idea as I get to it. Otherwise, is that everything I've done? I think those are the things I've done. So it's all been a big push towards getting the green. Oh, and the pipe to the oceans off in the massive distance. But yeah, I think it's all been the big push to get the green science done today, and that's allowed me to start doing some new and exciting researches. And going and playing with the lava was good fun as well. So I think that's going to be enough for tonight. There'll be videos coming out tomorrow and Friday on the channel talking about the Factorio Planetary Pioneers stream that's still ongoing. So I hope you've been coming along to that and are enjoying it. And we'll be streaming some more of it on Monday when I shall be going off to faff around with the steam science on Lignumis. Mike will be finishing off getting the space science being shipped from Maluna. And Sophia will be starting to think about Vulcanus. I don't think he's going to actually go there, but he's definitely going to start thinking about it. And I think we're going to be doing a bit more work on getting Norvis up to working properly, full speed, in every way, doing everything we could possibly want it to. So, that's going to be it for this stream. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Bye, Regular, and bye everyone else who's watching.